This podcast is sponsored by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/mediahole to get a free 30-day free trial, including a free one audiobook. There's over 180,000 audiobooks to choose from, and you can play them on your iPhone, your Android, your Kindle, or any other MP3 playing device. Thank you very much to Audible. One more time, that is audibletrial.com/mediahole. It really supports the show if you click the link. That being said, let's get right to the fucking business. Ian is here.
I'm always here.
He's always here.
We had a chance to have a special guest, but none of us wanted to wake up that early.
Yeah, it was like wake up extra early or do it super extra early the next day.
Yeah, and it's Saturday.
Yeah.
And Saturdays are for the boys.
Saturdays are for the boys. It's true.
So after, we're going to fucking I'm going to get hammered tonight, most likely, just as usual. Nathan doesn't drink, but also doesn't want to wake up that early.
I'm going to slam some LaCroix.
LaCroix? Yeah, but no one wanted to wake up that early. Sorry, Davis, maybe next time you're in town.
Yeah, man.
Anyways, I just came across a Kickstarter.
Oh, yeah?
For something called a Smash Stick.
Oh, it's like a fight stick for Smash Brothers?
Yeah, but it has Nero on here as well, so I don't know what the fuck that means.
Wait, Nero from DMC?
Like, it has Ryu and Fox, so that to me, that's either them saying Street Fighter and Melee, or Street Fighter and Ultimate. I mean, Ultimate and Melee. Mm-hmm. Because I think that is the ultimate render for Ryu. Mm-hmm. And then they just have Nero.
Just there.
Yeah. And it looks like a normal fight stick with a bunch of buttons. Like, that's a fucking 16-button fighter, apparently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 buttons.
Yeah, well, Smash uses buttons to replace motions.
But no, okay, it's not
Smash. You don't block.
But it's not like
backwards.
a hitbox where where you move the character as if you have a WASD.
Yeah.
And then but then it has the rows of buttons. It's not like that. It's a stick, and then the buttons are all placed like how it just has these 3 extra buttons. Like there's the top 4, which is normal. That's usually there, but then it has 3 extra buttons for your thumb.
Yeah, it's probably shield, grab. Right?
But you know how you can do grab in fighting games by pressing A plus Y?
Yeah.
Or not A plus Y. It's like A and X or A and B sort of shit. You can do the same thing in Smash. So okay, you don't need two jump buttons anymore. You only need one. I would say that would be one of the thumb buttons for that.
You're right. Yeah.
So jump, A, B, shield, and then even if you wanted to have a button for grab, that's a 1 button for grab for shield and grab.
So it should be a 5 button.
Jump, thumb.
Yeah.
A button, index.
Do you think
B button for middle?
Do you think that there's some of those buttons are for
ring for shield
for Smash attacks?
You do Smash attacks by pressing A and
yeah, but I'm saying to replace the right stick.
No, because that's not necessary. You only have to put Smash attacks on something when you have something extra, and the 4 buttons but they're also not directional. So it's just not intuitive. It would be some setup shit. I don't know.
I was trying to.
I'm sure I'm sure all the buttons are there for some fight. You could play
dedicated
every
wave dash button. Button that makes you smell even worse.
That would be banned really fast. A dedicated wave dash button, because it takes all the skill out of it.
A dedicated button that makes you smell even worse to fuck with your opponent.
But then they press their button to smell even worse.
Yeah.
It's called not wearing deodorant.
Yeah.
Can Old Spice just sponsor any? Also
Smash.
People talk shit on the Smash events, but it's just Smash events are bad. But every FGC bat has dudes with who have problems with hygiene.
Oh yeah, certainly. It's just Smash
especially the Melty Blood kids. Why do you think they're in the bathroom all the time?
Excuse me. The bathroom's too good for them. They play the entire game in the bathtub. Thank you.
They don't get the whole room, just the tub.
Just the tub, dude.
Yeah.
The fucking Undernight people get the bathroom.
Man, Undernight better be moving up.
No, Undernight I think gets the hotel room now.
Yeah. Undernight gets the main the TV that comes with the hotel room.
Yeah. They're not. Yeah, the Melty Blood people.
Melty Blood will never leave the tub.
My favorite Melty.
Them's Fighting Herds gets the bathroom.
Yeah, Them's Fighting Herds get to the bathroom. You're right. My favorite Melty Blood joke though was at the anime only fighting tournament. They had that sketch where it was like the Melty Blood players are in a porta potty in a parking lot for McDonald's nearby playing Melty Blood, and the guy runs out. It's like, what are you guys doing? It's like, what? It's Melty Blood. We're playing in the fucking porta potty with two controllers hooked up to the laptop.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you guys get to be on the stage. And they're like, where?
This is the stage.
It's Melty Blood.
That would be funny if you actually went to like the next anime only fighters event, whatever. But like the TV that they were playing on was like stored inside of a porta potty. So it's like, yeah, they're fucking sitting there playing, but there's just a fucking porta potty on stage.
On the stage.
And then it gets so big that it's like, this is how Melty Blood players have to go. So it's like you're playing at Evo.
No, yeah, you have to play, instead of getting chairs, they each get their own porta potty on stage.
If you play that one purple girl from Eunice, well, she's in Eunice, but she's from Melty Blood. If you play as her, you have to sit on a toilet. You have to bring out a porcelain throne.
Yeah.
That would be a fun game. You ever see that fucking, I think it was Combo Breaker?
Yeah.
Where they had, one of the guys came in and did a Stone Cold Steve Austin like thing. And like, I want more of that. I want them to do that shit like all the time. Because like fighting games is the same as the WWE.
It is, yeah.
We have unnecessary drama. We got so much sexual predators. The guy
the fucking CEO,
the CEO, Mr. Wizard himself, is just Vince McMahon.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go. Let's
get in.
Let's
Hey,
make
Ian.
wrestling more like video games. Fuck, I don't know.
Let's make MLG/esports more like wrestling.
Yeah. Well, they already try and do it like, not like baseball. You just looked at me when I kicked the thing by accident.
Yeah, that's just because I'm consistently and always paranoid about this.
Yeah,
shit.
especially when I almost knocked them over last week.
You successfully knocked one over last week.
Yeah, was it yours or mine?
It was mine.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Maybe if you didn't have a long, stupid arm on it.
Yeah,
that has fallen over 3 times today.
Yeah, but at least those times I caught it.
All right. I feel like you want to get into the news.
I was going to say, how do you feel about the police?
Oh, all cops are bastards.
Hell yeah. All right.
All
moving-
cops, and boy, do I mean all cops, especially the shithead one you're related to.
So anyway, I've got a handful of news, entertainment news, and gaming news here. Let's just bang them out. How about we do that? Okay. First off,
Did they consent?
Huh?
Did they consent?
I hate you. That's a terrible joke.
What? I'm just trying to make sure I can bang them out with their consent.
Yeah, they did. It was in the news.
All right.
So we can talk about it. Anyway, first off the bat, let's talk about the news in the wide world of podcasting. Now, of course, as you all know, if you're a longtime listener of this podcast, we're the only podcast in the world that's actually, recently become false. Michelle Obama started a podcast. I forget what it is called. I don't have it written down in my news. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, and her first guest.
Her first guest.
Was
So
Barack.
Michelle Obama, by the way, she's obviously extremely famous. She's got a lot of connections. She could have any single person on the planet on her podcast to be a guest. And anybody would say yes to that, I think. Ian, would you say yes, Michelle Obama?
I'm not interesting enough. I don't want to take down the quality of her podcast.
Anyway, her first guest was her own husband, which just, I don't know, man. It's kind
Here's
of
the thing.
lame.
Why did you start the podcast during COVID?
Well, everybody's starting podcasts during COVID.
No,
You don't need to-
but was she planning on doing? Because she's gonna have to do like phone interviews and like live
Zoom
setup
interviews.
shit. Because like you can't bring people around right now.
Yeah.
So Obama is like a good option because they live together.
I mean, he's a good guest. It's just a lazy choice.
Yeah, it kind of is, but like also probably the most interesting man they'll get on that show.
I don't know, man.
I think Barack Obama's pretty interesting.
Yeah, he's interesting.
Actually, I like the Key and Peele version of Barack Obama.
Right?
Like
They
not
can
even
get fucking Jordan Peele on that podcast.
yeah,
They have his number.
Also, Keegan Michael Key, they did the on like Obama's
He
final
did the
like
anger translator.
yeah for the final like press
for the State of the
correspondence
Union or
dinner.
whatever. Correspondence dinner. That's
Yeah, no, but like fucking The joke, it's like one where it's like Obama in college, and he's just like doing like a rousing speech. He's like, boys, we're going to go out tonight. We're going to get mad bitches. And then he's like, oh, pass me some of that. Hey, don't let that get around. I might be president one day. Like, it's just him going around, like, doing, like, shots and fucking, like, does, like, beer bongs and shit and, like, smokes some weed and goes, just, like, standard college shit, but it's Barack Obama.
Yeah. And he plays him exactly like he is at age 50 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also Barack Obama, sorry, just smoothest man in the world.
Sure.
Did you ever hear, well, like, he was a lawyer prior to being a politician, just like most politicians.
Most politicians.
So was Michelle.
Oh, yeah?
They worked at the same firm, and when he asked her out, she says, I don't want to be the stereotypical only two black people who work here, and we end up dating. And he's just like, baby, I'll work anywhere.
That's funny.
Yeah. Barack wanted that bitch so bad.
And speaking of bitches, Donald Trump's deciding to ban TikTok again.
Whatever.
He's really butthurt about the thing where they bought all the free tickets.
Like, apparently TikTok's thing is scummy. Like with their...
but
like,
not any more scummy than any other social media.
But the difference is that it's like one of those things where like I saw a bunch of people saying that, but then like a bunch of like tech nerds coming back and be like, you shouldn't be okay with that either. It's not. Yeah. It's not just a thing that should be happening. You should have a problem.
But it's interesting that you know, Facebook does all the same bullshit, and they were involved in the Cambridge Analytica scandal, and yet the first, one being shut down is TikTok, the one that has, you know, the least support for Trump.
Yeah, well, because it's a bunch of Gen Z kids.
Yeah.
Man, Gen Z kids are really pushing this fucking narrative that they hate millennials.
Every generation hates.
No, but it's like going the other way around this time. Like usually, we hate boomers. Yeah. But they're also not the generation above us. No, they're 2 generations above us. Like depending on if we're Gen Z or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like either millennials are above us or Gen X is above us, and then above that is boomers.
I think there's one more.
No, it's
before Gen X.
I think it goes Gen X, and then baby boomer starts and or ends in 1962. My mom just made the cutoff. And then Gen X ends in 1980, or maybe it ends in 1985.
It was 82, I thought.
I don't know. It's all arbitrary bullshit. But yeah. I do, except it is funny. I fucking hated the age-old internet where people were like, I'm adulting super hard.
I mean...
Shit like that.
Here's the thing. Obviously, I'm a Gen Z young boy. Hashtag SMH. You know how it is, brothers.
Hashtag no cap.
Fuck yeah. And that's on period, sis. But...
Gross.
But, you know, I will admit, the adulting bit... It was funny at the time. Back in the day, it was entertaining at the time.
It went through very quickly.
It was hashtag relatable back in the year 2013. It was a different time.
You know why it annoyed me?
Why?
Because it was like general things that people just need to do, and they're like, I'm making dinner, adulting, and I'm just like, I made a call and set up a dentist/doctor's appointment. I'm adulting so hard.
Yeah, that's the point, right?
No,
that's the point.
It's when you say it like that, it's like you're trying to get, like you're trying to say, look at how good I am. Please appreciate what I've done.
I think the idea was, oh man, I never thought I'd be somebody who was able to handle even this small amount of responsibility, but here I am doing it.
All right, so maybe it started with people who had crazy anxiety issues, and then it just became something annoying that everyone said.
Yeah. I still, to be fair, can barely cook, have a hard time doing laundry before I'm literally out of underwear, and
I just do it once a week.
Yeah,
I don't pay attention to what clothes I have. I just every Sunday I do my laundry.
See, I have a bin. I organize my clothes a little bit. I have a bin for underwear, and when that bin becomes very close to empty, when it stops being boxers and starts being boxer briefs, that's when I know laundry's coming up.
See,
because I have more t-shirts and pants and jeans and shorts than I do have.
I don't. I just
underwear.
rewear a lot of things multiple times a week. Like, I don't care about that. I think
Well, you
pants,
can wear pants a few times.
Pants are the most re-wearable thing.
Shirts, I think you should probably wash them after one use.
Because your armpits are stanky
armpits,
and like
chest.
Yeah, your grundle is probably not great either. But guess what? No one's down there smelling that.
Underwear is in between your grundle and your pants.
You're right. If I were
like you're not gonna wear underwear.
If I wore an undershirt, I wouldn't wear the same shirt every day. Still.
Yeah.
I used to wear undershirts. I think I'm gonna go back to doing that.
Are you gonna wear? Do you mean like undershirts with sleeves or undershirts that are like tank tops?
Tank tops. A-tops or whatever the fuck they're called. Or wife beaters if you want to be offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, A-shirts. They're not A-tops. They're A-shirts. They're dumb as fuck.
Muscle shirts. That's what them.
No, those are the ones where it's like a t-shirt except they cut off the sleeve, so it's like it still has the patch of fabric between your neck and shit.
Oh.
Like that. Like this part here still exists. I'm holding from my collar down to like the seam on my shoulder. That's a muscle shirt. A tank top is when it's just the strip.
When it's like the spaghetti strand.
Yeah. Well, spaghetti strand is like literally it's like a strand.
Yeah.
I don't think dudes wear those because that's a women thing.
Fuck gender roles.
Yeah.
Get
wear
spaghetti
what
strand.
you want.
Go ahead and wear tank tops. Go ahead and wear fucking crop tops. Ball it out, dude. Short shorts.
Man, if I had like a nice waistline, I fucking would wear crop tops.
If I had slightly less hair than I currently do, not even.
Oh no, I don't care about that.
Not even no hair, but slightly less hair.
I think you are. Yeah, you're hairier than me.
A lot of hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got more chest hair than me, but I got more stomach hair.
Yeah, you have that. You have a straight line. It fucking bothers me that it is not symmetrical. The hair starts in the center of Nathan's, like in between his titties, and then goes down, but doesn't go into the belly button. It goes off to the side.
Yeah, I obviously you can't grow hair in your belly button, dude.
No, I know, but
there's no fucking follicles.
No, but like it doesn't grow straight down. It goes like this.
It goes around it. It scoops around it.
Not really. It kind of just goes off and peters out. All right, stop looking at your fucking belly. I got like 4 drinks sitting next to me.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, he'll probably have a Monster, but not a iced tea, so I'll give him a LaCroix and a water.
I didn't have an iced tea last week, did I? I think I just had the Monster and water.
Yeah.
So now this week I got my Boomer juice. Nathan left me a cup of water.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to drink after because the Boomer juice apparently just overwrites your taste buds. Yeah. And then I got a peace tea, and he gave me a LaCroix. It's Raz Cranberry, which is not a combination I love.
It's the best one. It's actually quite good.
Don't like cranberry.
That's the one when I handed it to Kyle, and he was like, he had a sip of it. He drinks a lot of fizzy water because he likes sparkling water a lot. And he was like, oh my god, it tastes like fucking cream soda.
Yeah, I think the one thing I said about this is that it'd be a really good mix with vodka. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, the best thing to do with vodka, in my opinion, is to make like a vodka soda, vodka 7 sort of thing.
Yeah, vodka with something.
Yeah. Those are all great. That's the best thing to do with vodka.
Yeah, I think vodka, people try to override the flavor, but then the vodka burn kit comes through. I think you just have to out-neutral the vodka.
Vodka is a neutral flavor. The only thing you feel is the burn of drinking it.
Yeah.
And the better the burn, the better the vodka.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you fucking mix it with things to give it a bit of flavor, but you don't want to override it because then when, like, that's the problem with fruity drinks where you don't taste the alcohol.
Yeah.
You, like, just keep drinking them and you're like, haha, this is fun. I bet there's, like, no alcohol in this. It's like, it's 3 shots, but it's soaked in lime.
Long Island iced tea, baby.
Yeah, I can taste it more in Long Island iced teas.
Long Island iced tea is
like a daiquiri?
is like 3 or 4 shots in it.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like, I can taste the alcohol, so, like, it's not... I'm saying, like, something like a strawberry daiquiri or, like, a pina colada.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're drinking it and you're like, there's no alcohol in this. I can't taste it. And then they just
tons
like,
of alcohol.
Ooh.
I'm drunk.
You just have to throw up all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually have a few things that I'm going to show Ian on the computer.
Oh, cool. Can't wait for these visual bits.
Yeah, because the first one is...
Nathan pulled up the Logan Paul Flat Earth documentary because I keep bringing it up.
First one is the trailer for Miranda July's new film, Kajillionaire.
Most people want to be Kajillionaires. That's the dream.
Kajillionaire. That's not a real one. That's not a real title.
After this person. And clear.
Now.
So is it a bank robbery?
There's
It's
a
the
camera
post
there.
office, so you're not really getting shit.
There. And there. Cash. No, money order.
This is not a cheap tie. Most people want to be Kajillionaires. That's the dream. That's how they get you hooked. Hooked on sugar, hooked on caffeine. Ha ha ha, cry, cry, cry. Me, I prefer to just skim.
So do I.
February, March, April.
We may have to pay in installments.
Rent is an installment. It's a monthly installment.
They are
Yeah, this is a new movie from indie darling Miranda July.
Right?
She learned to forge before she learned to write. Oh, actually, that's how
Like
she
a
did
family
learn to
of
write.
con men.
My favorite
Yeah.
movies are the Ocean 11 movies.
It's like American
This is
Parasite.
exactly the kind of thing that I've been wanting.
So what do your parents do, hon?
I don't know. It looks like a nightmare to be in this family.
But you could have
Yeah, I
used
mean,
a
that's
job though, right?
the point. It's
Yeah.
a Miranda July movie.
Like,
You're addicted to them.
They're my parents.
In what sense?
We split everything 3 ways. We have since I was little. I don't want to do it that way this time.
Don't.
You want us to be false, fakey people. We don't make pancakes or wrap up little birthday presents or call you sweetheart or baby or
oh, we're shitty parents, and we're justifying it by saying we don't want to be like them sheeple.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I always thought it was insulting to treat you like a child. And I thought we agreed on that.
We can only ever be how we are.
Wow, that looks.
This is the way the big one starts. If you're lucky, you'll get crushed. And then you just...
That's me. Yeah, that's Jesus Christ. I would like leave that family in a second.
I mean, that's the point of the movie.
Yeah. Well, she moves in with like her friend or something.
Yeah, they apparently it's great. I mean, it did really well at Sundance. I mean, you know, before everything went to shit. But hey, that looks cool.
Yeah.
So every time we do these, by the way, because of the sound of the TV, I wind up having to edit the podcast like crazy. But I love doing them because they're fun to do.
Or you could also just overwhelm it by instead of having a lot of dead air, you could just have the audio from
The trailer.
The trailer.
Just grab the trailer. Okay,
Yeah.
that'd work. But yeah, that looks sick. So check that out if you can. Finally, not finally. There's a third one, but second thing, Ian. This isn't visual. This is just audio.
Okay.
So here is a new segment I'd like to call. Excuse me, sir. Why are you going this hard? You're in a McDonald's.
God. Pictionary Ness.
So this song.
Oh, it's the title screen for Pictionary.
This song is the theme song for Pictionary on the NES. This motherfucker really went this hard. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Got the drums. Yeah,
Right?
yeah, he tried his best with that one.
Why is he going so fucking hard?
Because this is how he feels when he plays Pictionary. He's like, yeah, Pictionary's an intense game.
It's fucking Pictionary.
Yeah.
Who told you to go this hard, sir? Like, it's got key changes. It's got tempo changes.
Yeah,
Literally,
well, that's
perhaps the best video game music in the world.
incorrect. Give me your keyboard.
No.
Give me your keyboard.
No.
Give me your keyboard.
Fine, the best thing, but the best piece of music on the NES.
Give me your keyboard. Oh, wait, this is SNES. Give me your keyboard still,
What?
though.
Okay, just tell me what to look up, because the
The-
keyboard's all the way over here.
Put, like, Pants Apple. Oh, it's 2 words. It'll probably work.
I thought I did put a space.
That one, by Red Screen.
Okay.
This is a meme video, but the song is from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, Turtles in Time for the SNES.
Like, this is a great song.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles, the arcade games are great. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong. This doesn't quite slap as hard.
Oh my god, you're so wrong. I don't know, all the music in that game slaps though.
Yeah. I'm just saying, though, like, Turtles in Time, there's an expectation there for quality, right?
Yeah.
Pictionary for the NES. The literally Who of video games.
That was one of those games where, like, I don't know if it was actually hard, but I was also just a child, so, like, it probably was easy. I'm just stupid.
I played the HD version.
I didn't know there was an HD version.
Yeah, for the Xbox Live Arcade. They released a lot of weird games in HD. But
Eat
yeah.
it or eat it. Hot lava cake. How hot? Oh, I see. There's chili peppers in it.
Yeah, that's that show that they do on that YouTube channel where it's like you eat things that look like regular foods, but they might be all fucky.
Is it a cake? Speaking of the "is it a cake" meme, thank God it gone and it went by the time this episode came around.
Always
It's a
has
knife.
been.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that.
So it's all
Someone
cake.
taking a cut out of the earth and saying it's all cake. No, but wildly, Chrissy Teigen
Yeah.
is getting another show on Quibi.
Oh, a whole nother show.
Yeah, I think this is actually her third show on Quibi.
Wow. Good. Honestly, good for her.
It's
but
you
also,
know that Japanese game show where like people have to go around a room and figure out like what's chocolate or like what's edible.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty much that, but American, and probably not going to be as good, and probably going to be in like a much smaller room.
Did you hear the story about Quibi when they were starting it, and Gal Gadot ran into the room with Katzenberg, who is like the owner, Jeffrey Katzenberg, co-founder of DreamWorks, and she went in, and she was like, "We're gonna do a thing for women filmmakers to be able to put out shit, and it's gonna be like anthology stuff with all women filmmakers to support women." And Jeffrey Katzenberg said no.
Oh my god.
So, if you use Quibi, just remember you could have gotten a Gal Gadot produced awesome short film anthology that just, oops, sorry.
Well, what a fucking mistake that was.
Yeah, but then again, if you have Quibi, you also decided that you are going to pay money for a streaming service that can only be used on a fucking phone.
Also, $2. It's $2 to use the poor version of it
With ads.
and then $8
You have to
get
pay
it,
to
the
get
unlimited
ads.
streaming one. Yeah. You're an idiot. Quibi's one of those things that I just want to fail, but I know there's like dumb fucking idiots actually using it.
Yeah, I want Quibi to... Actually, no, I don't want anything to fail, because obviously there are talented people who do good work on the shows on Quibi, that they are getting their jobs by doing that. And obviously I don't want people to lose their jobs. But on the other hand, Quibi's a stupid fucking idea.
Oh, Hard Drive put out a good fucking article.
What? New
New Call of Duty games. Imagine what if Russia attacked own civilians in fictional city of Portland. I'm sure that's not how it's actually pronounced, because they're like, I think
It's just Portland with a bunch of Cyrillic
no,
letters.
it's like Portland but spelt with like the Russian alphabet.
That's
but like
what I said.
Oh, sorry.
Cyrillic.
Oh, I didn't know that was what it was called.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I'm sure I think the A doesn't sound like the symbol that looks like an A
Yeah.
doesn't sound anything like an ah sound.
There's one that looks like a B that makes a S sound.
Yeah, like they're
Which is the entire joke from GTA 4 of that beer brand, the German beer brand.
Pisswasser.
Pisswasser.
Yeah.
It's literally it's just piss water.
Yeah.
That's the joke. Actually, they pronounce their W's like V's, so it'd be Pisswasser.
You know what I hate?
Yep.
Who are they? Wrong answers only.
Yeah.
They're never funny. Except for this one. It's a picture of Legolas and Gimli. And it says Pat stares at and peach saliva.
That's good.
Yeah. But also, I
just
still hate it.
wrong answers only. I just
Yeah.
say who are they, and then it's funny.
Well, if you're asking for wrong answers, so the correct answer would be to give a wrong answer. So what I'm going to do is go super meta, and I'm going to give you the correct answer because that is the wrong answer. Because that's not the answer you're looking for.
So you're saying-
it's Legolas and Gimli, eat a dick.
All right. Anyway, we got one last thing to put in here, and it's that DC Films announced a brand new thing.
Oh, I can't wait to see how it's worthless.
It's their animated film.
Never mind. Ah,
What?
Fuck Batman. Oh, you muted it altogether?
I mean, let's just.
Okay. Let's see which Bat.
This
Is this the Jason Todd? No,
Yeah,
wait.
this is the story where Jason Todd dies.
I thought that was the Killing Joke.
No, that's Barbara Gordon.
That's just Barbara Gordon?
Yeah.
I don't like that Joker.
It's the Joker from Under the Red Hood.
I know, I just don't like how he looks.
Yeah, it's because this leads into direct. It's all the same cast from Under the Red Hood. It's a prequel.
Okay.
But except for one thing.
Well, Jason Todd dies.
The choice is in your hands.
Oh, fuck off.
Which path will you choose, Ian?
To save Dick Grayson.
Robin cheats death, Batman saves Robin, or Robin dies?
No.
And guess what? It winds up leading into Under the Red Hood, which is also part of this movie. But it's different.
Yeah, Under the Red Hood was like a movie that already exists, right?
Yeah, so they just reuse that. But also they're doing a Death in the Family interactive movie that leads into Under the Red Hood. Which makes sense because Death in the Family isn't a good story. It's just the part where he dies is interesting.
Oh, so he's like going around actually killing the villains.
Yeah, well that's what the Red Hood is.
Hell, Two-Face. Red Robin awaits a verdict.
Red Robin is Tim Drake, isn't it?
Usually.
Is that the Lazarus Pit?
Yeah, because that's in the movie Under the Red Hood. That's how Jason Todd survived, which isn't how it was done in the
Who
comics.
put him in the Lazarus Pit?
Ra's al Ghul.
Why did Ra's al Ghul take this kid?
Because Ra's al Ghul and Batman are friends, sort of. They have like a frenemy relationship.
Yeah, I guess.
They have a mutual respect.
Well, Ra's al Ghul is his son's grandfather.
Yeah,
so.
but Damien didn't exist when Under the Red Hood came out.
Yeah, but yeah. All right.
But Under the Red Hood,
The Lazarus Pit also kind of fucks up your brain, right?
yeah, it makes
Like,
you come out a bit more mean.
Continuous use, you come out a bit more aggressive and evil.
Yeah.
So that's why Jason Todd just kind of comes out and he's a villain.
That's the explanation in the movie.
Okay, I really like
In the comics, the reason why Jason Todd came back to life is because during Infinite Crisis, Superboy Prime punched a hole in reality that changed things.
Yeah. Okay.
Literally, he punched reality and it changed.
Yeah, I know. It's dumb. It's stupid as shit. But I think my favorite, like, people memeing about Batman was some line. I don't know who originally said this quote, but they were attributing it to Batman, where it's like if there's 99 murderers and you kill one, there's still 99 murderers.
Yeah.
But then it's like a picture of Jason Todd where he's just like, yeah, but if I killed 98 murderers, then there's like one murderer. Or no, if I killed 99 murderers, then there's one murderer. It's like, it's your process of elimination's going down. Like, you don't become an additional, like if I've killed 3 people, I'm not 3 murderers. I'm a murderer who's killed 3 people. So it's not all bad to kill people. In the fucking superhero universe where like the Joker is like the Joker and a bunch of other villains, their whole thing is they're like deranged.
Yeah.
Like they have trauma that has caused them to be villainous.
Yeah.
But then Bane is not. Bane's just a villain.
Bane's had trauma. He was so obviously Dark Knight Rises is the Pit thing.
I'm not talking about the Dark Knight Rises.
The Pit thing's stupid. In the comics, Bane is a child born in Santa Prisca prison, growing up without ever seeing the fucking like reality and life.
So
and
the
he grows
prison
up,
is still a thing.
It's just not the Pit. It's Santa Prisca prison.
And
Because he's Hispanic in the comics.
Bane has
which
been
is racist
Hispanic for a long time.
To cast fucking Tom Hardy in the role.
But then they also said it's no longer like it's some fucking Asian country.
Yeah,
for that with the Pit and the other one, and they're just like, yeah, but you know, Liam Neeson, an Irishman, is the head of this secret Chinese, not Chinese, like
they're Asian
Himalayan,
but also Middle Eastern.
Yeah,
his name is in Arabic.
It's
like,
one of those like
it's
one
Arabic.
of those countries in between like Russia and like China, and it's like who fucking knows? There's just a giant mountain range.
Yeah.
It's where like the cool monks come from. It's wherever the fuck Uncharted 2 ends.
Tibet.
There we go. I would say it's probably Tibet, actually.
Yeah, but there's supposed to be a little bit of you know, I feel like the League of Shadows is more of a Middle Eastern thing.
I think the League of Shadows. I would say the place it is in Tibet, but then
No, wait, hold on.
they bring in other like cultures and everything.
I just remembered.
Is there a
The
definitive
League of
answer for this?
Shadows. You know why they're called the League of Shadows? Because of the fucking Batman cartoon. Because their comic book name is the League of Assassins. I just remembered that. But Shadows is cooler. It's just a censorship, but it's way cooler.
Well, sometimes censorship does make shit cooler. Yeah, but then like the pit was somewhere. I would say, like, it's in Asia somewhere. So regardless, Bane would not be a white dude.
No.
Yeah, or the Ra's al Ghul, Talia al Ghul, who played her.
What is her name?
I can't remember.
I knew it the second before you asked me. Marianne Cotillard.
She like
She's French.
she's French,
From France.
but she's not from the Middle East.
No.
Cool. Also bad casting. Good job, Christopher Nolan.
But Ra's al Ghul is white also, so it would make sense that she's white.
But her mom.
Oh yeah, her mom might be some kind of
Because the story is that Ra's al Ghul went and like
fell in love
with some like princess, and then fucked her, and then she had a kid, but then her dad, who was like a Saudi prince, got real fucking mad and like threw her in the pit, which is a real cool thing to do with your daughter who's pregnant, is just throw her down in the fucking rapist pit.
Yep.
Like, people are evil.
I'm a bad guy.
Your Bane is starting to not sound like the movie Bane. It
sounds like the Harley Quinn one.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen Dark Knight Rises since it came out.
I watched it like a couple months ago.
Damn.
I also watched it while I was getting one of my previous tattoos.
It's funny, right? Like it's a funny kind of movie.
It's
not on purpose.
It's like it becomes super like it's a superhero movie.
Don't you love how that movie says that the Occupy movement is evil?
Yeah. One of those things like Batman. What was it? Batman Begins.
Yeah.
Was that the first Nolan
the first
movie?
Nolan one.
Yeah, that one. That one's the one where it's like it's not cartoony, it's edgy, it's dark, it's not a Batman movie.
That's the thing with Batman Begins that nobody remembers is Batman Begins is the most stylized of the three.
No, but like it's the one that's like they're not trying to be as cartoony, like they're trying to like set it that it's a darker timeline sort of thing. And then The Dark Knight really pushes that, and that's why it's the best one. It does it the best. But then Dark Knight Rises is such cartoony nonsense.
But that's the problem is that it what I hate is like Batman Begins takes place in Gotham City. It's like there's 3 islands. It looks fucking weird. It's not a real city. It doesn't look anything like a real city. It's mostly a set. It's like it's not out in the world.
It looks like a fake. Yeah, it actually looks like a fake city.
Yeah, they made a fake city. Like it's Gotham.
They
it's
made
not
a fake
any
city
other
by
existing
shooting in
city.
Chicago, Toronto,
Australia.
and
Mostly Australia.
Really?
Yep. And they built again. You know the part where he has to latch onto the subway?
Yeah.
All inside on a set.
Really? Oh.
Yep. They built an entire subway for the
I
set.
would have thought they would have like at least gotten like the pickup shots.
Oh, I'm sure
like
there's
green
inserts.
screened it and like green screen the actual motion and then just do the shot under like because that's Chicago. Like that's how Chicago is with those subways.
No, but the way Batman Begins is shot, like that movie, that city is so like brown and gray and like that. If
Sounds
you
like Chicago.
No, like the Dark Knight is in Chicago. That movie, it just takes place in Chicago, and The Dark Knight Rises just is in New York. It's just New York City. It's Manhattan.
Yeah,
like they don't hide it at all. And that's the thing that's weird is like it goes more and more lazy. Like it's just like it starts off. It's like here's a world. It's Batman. It's
there was a lot of
for
effort
Batman.
put into the first one, and there was not a lot put into the next 2.
Yeah, I think those 3 movies get lazier as they go. And that's why Batman Begins is kind of my favorite, which sucks because I think The Dark Knight has better...
But also, if there's 3 separate islands that make up Gotham, that means there's more... in Bane's fucking part at the end, in The Dark Knight Rises, all he does is blow up the bridges going
to Manhattan.
Inside. Yeah, pretty much. Like...
Yeah. But the islands don't look like Manhattan in the first one.
Is Staten Island connected with a bridge, or is it all ferry?
I don't know. I think maybe it's a ferry because I only hear about the ferry.
Yeah,
it might be very small.
The Staten
Like, obviously,
Island ferry.
Liberty-
I don't think
Liberty
it's very
Island
small
is-
because they have to, because people live on Staten Island and go to work. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's not small like Liberty Island, but
yeah, where Liberty Island is pretty much an island made for the fucking Statue of Liberty.
yeah.
Yeah, go over there and take fucking pictures of her armpits, you sick fuck.
But yeah, this death in the family thing, rather interesting idea. But yeah,
Oh no, there's bridges on Staten Island. I thought it's a fucking big island.
oh, you know what? I was thinking of Coney Island, which I think also might have bridges.
Like, I would say, all right, there's Staten Island, Long Island. Wait, is Long Island where Manhattan is? Am I an idiot?
What? No, Manhattan is on Manhattan Island.
It's connected to Long Island.
Yeah. Okay.
Staten Island. Okay, Long Island is smaller than the rest,
Yeah.
but it's still big.
Okay.
And it's only separated by like a river. Like, it's hardly even a fucking island. It's like on the same thing.
It just has to be surrounded by a body of water to be an island.
Man, New York's dumb.
You know, I found recently because I was
Wait a
cleaning-
minute. What the fuck? Okay, Manhattan, following the river. Manhattan's not on an island.
Manhattan is an island.
No, it's not.
It's an island.
What the fuck am I looking at?
Look at Manhattan. Google
I am
Let
looking
me
at
see
fucking
it.
Manhattan.
Show the picture to me.
Like, am I looking at a weirdo, bizarro version of the Earth here? So there's New York. There's Manhattan, like up there. There's Brooklyn, Queens. Where does it go? Where does it become an island?
It's surrounded on all sides. Oh, you're just not zoomed in enough.
Oh, okay, all right. That's just a river. That's a fucking river. That shouldn't count.
You need a bridge to get to it on all sides. It's a fucking island.
No, dumb. I could clear up that river and all of a sudden it's a peninsula.
Okay.
If I had one bridge of Earth connecting, it is a peninsula now, no longer an island. That is so, and it's not even a long bridge. It would maybe
I mean,
be,
from space, yeah, it doesn't look very far of a river, but you wouldn't want to swim
I'm going in Street
it.
View now.
You wouldn't want to swim that river, Ian.
I wouldn't want to swim the one from Manhattan to New Jersey.
Yeah.
Like, that one was, it looks like bad.
There's a tunnel. Go under the tunnel.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there Street View on my phone?
I don't know. There should be. It's the picture of a little man.
Can't find it. Whatever.
All right.
Moving on.
All right, cool. That's all my news that I have.
Oh, there's a bridge you can walk across.
Yeah. Well, most bridges you can walk across, yeah. Even on Street View.
I can't fucking get Street View. That's the problem. Here, satellite. Let's. All right, move on.
All right.
This. Fuck you, New York. You suck.
New York's awesome.
If you love it so much, why don't you live there? Go get COVID.
I don't want to get COVID. I'd like
Come on,
to...
don't you want to have permanent heart issues, a possibility of a stroke, a lower lung capacity forever, and shrinkage of your nuts, and maybe impotency forever?
Also potentially death.
Well, when I said stroke, I kind of meant that.
Yeah.
Like,
well, people survive strokes all day.
I know, my
every
dad
day.
did.
Yeah.
My dad survived a serious stroke, was like, I'm going to quit smoking. Next time I saw him, he was smoking.
Smart man.
Yeah,
I see where you get it from.
No, thanks. Yeah, because I'm a huge smoker. I love the cigarette. I've never smoked one in my life.
I'd like to remind the jury that Ian said at the beginning of the podcast that he was hungover and then said slightly later that he was going to get hammered tonight.
That doesn't mean I fucking smoke cigarettes.
No, I'm just saying. It's
I'm
similar.
not Blake. I'm not lying
It's
to myself.
comparable.
Whatever.
I'm just fucking with you. Anyway, game news. I only have one piece of game news. Did you get any other pieces today? Was it just a slow week?
It was a slow week, and also I didn't pay that much attention. Well, I don't know. Fighting game news that came out yesterday.
Oh, right, yeah. I didn't write that down because it came out just last night.
Yeah.
Bunch of new characters and
they
things
released
announced.
the black dude for
for Guilty Gear Strive.
For
and
GG Strive.
the other character that was already in the other game but is in this one now too.
Yeah, I don't really like that one, but
Yeah.
yeah, so and they did a double release, which was cool. Nothing new for Tekken other than that there's going to be a season 4.
All the characters are getting brand new moves.
Yeah, like new rage drives probably.
Yeah.
It's probably like your V trigger or
and new
V-skill
online updates
or trigger
that are better.
Yeah, they're. I think he said they're toying around with the idea of making online more playable.
No,
So
they
that
didn't say they were
means-
toying around with it. It said it in the season 4 trailer that when season 4 comes, it's going to come with an update to online.
When Harada was talking about it, it made it sound like he was like, "Yeah, we would like to make the online experience better," which to me seems like not a. It's them saying they would like to do it.
So
but
I
they
think
don't have
he
a plan
said
in
that
motion.
he was working on it,
Eh.
and then they announced it in the trailer.
Whatever. Just don't ask him for it because then we won't get it.
Yeah.
Don't ask Harada for shit.
But also, was that Kiryu's fist in the trailer?
People keep saying that, but there's no indication to say that it's Kiryu's fist, and there's tons of other bare knuckle fighters in Tekken.
But the camera goes and it looks at the guy who's wearing the glove, but it doesn't look at the other guy whose fist met his fist. This is Kiryu's fist. Also, it's probably the girl, the ninja girl, also later in the trailer.
Yeah, we were looking at the comments because we don't know everything about Tekken because
I know
Tekken's-
nothing about Tekken. I've never played a Tekken.
I played Tekken back
7.
in the old. I think at the fucking bowling alley, like the
Oh,
5-pin
yeah.
bowling alley nearby, in Streetsville,
Okay.
near the
I've never been.
bar. Near the bar we used to frequent that I don't like,
Oh, that.
next to Melt.
Okay.
Yeah, so that place I used to do like a bowling league when I was a child, but you're kids, so all you can handle is a 5-pin. Like where it's like I can hardly hold it with my one hand. Now I just fucking take that and whip that shit.
And eat that shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't because it might break the floors, because they are
Almost
still.
certainly would break the floors.
Yeah, so I used to do a bowling league. I was not very good. I'm better at bowling now. But they had a Tekken machine there, and every
Sick.
once in a while, my mom or dad would give me money, and I would get to play.
Tekken Tag 2?
No, it was like just straight up Tekken.
Just Tekken 1?
I think it was Tekken like 3.
Okay.
But like I never understood it. I was like, why is there a bear? Like I'm sure if I went there more often and like I tried to learn, probably would have been into it more. Tekken is a very complicated game to get into because there's not a tutorial like classic fighting games.
Yeah, because just like modern stuff needs to have a tutorial because old
There's so
stuff
much
was
tech.
balanced. Yeah, old stuff was balanced in such a way that you would learn the game by getting your ass beat in the arcade.
Yeah. But now you get into the arcade, and if you're playing on easy, you roll through every enemy. If
No,
you
I
play
mean like literally on the arcade machines.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how you'd learn. You
Sorry.
just keep getting
But
your
there was
ass
also
kicked.
an arcade like mode in the other ones where all you did was just fight randoms until someone else came up was like, "Can I play?" And you'd be like, "Yeah, sure."
yeah.
And then they beat you, and you're like, "I feel bad." But if you play on the easy modes in the newer ones, you just roll through like you just can jab your way to victory and mash and like get some combos off. But then
That's
you go
why
up, you go
games
up
like-
a level, and then you start getting juggled, and it's like, God damn it! And
That's
it's
why
like,
Arxis are the kings. Every single one of those games has a fucking detailed and incredible tutorial.
yeah.
They teach you exactly what you need to know, and then you play through the arcade once, and then you can start fighting your friends and winning.
I was like asleep, and Anthony sent me like fucking 5 screenshots in a row of him like trying to do like Biken's hardest combo, and it would just like said he's like, my wrist hurts, my whole body hurts, I did it.
Damn, good shit. But there was one piece of video game news that came out this week, Ian, that I wanted to go into a little bit because it's about a game that I'm still somehow interested in, despite the fact that it seems like I wouldn't be.
Halo Infinite.
No, who fucking cares?
A lot of people.
How dare they have a differing opinion from mine?
Well, you're very wrong because a lot of people, and also people like Steve Downs' voice. That is just how the Master Chief.
Well,
is.
guess what? They're wrong.
I threw you
Hold
under
on.
the bus while talking to them.
Wait,
I brought this up.
Here's me doing Master Chief's voice. We're gonna finish this fight. We're gonna do it.
See, you have not played Halo.
Let's do the fight the war.
You have not played Halo.
That's right. We're fighting the war. I'm the Master Chief.
You know he doesn't talk that much, right?
Guys, I'm the Master Chief, though.
And you also just watched Brian David Gilbert
Yeah,
about his whole thing,
that's a great video.
and he talks about how
He's the Master Chief of loneliness.
but also that the Master Chief is a fucking like like emotionally stunted boy.
Yeah, and then he says, but the book goes on to not at all cast the USNC as being at all the bad guy.
Oh,
for
but
doing
they're
this.
absolutely the bad guys.
Yeah.
Both, that's actually one thing Gears of War and Halo have it in the, in common, is that both of those games
have
both those
extremely
franchises,
black and white morality, even though the main characters should be on the side of the bad guys.
What
in some
happened?
way.
They are the side of the bad guys, because at the begin in the Fall of Reach, I didn't get Brian David Gilbert's whole part, because I was my friend showed me the clip about how I forgot that this was a thing, that they stole Master Chief as a baby from at the age of 6, replaced him with a clone that would die within a few weeks.
Yeah.
So the parents were just like, "Oh no, my baby's dead," while the real one's out over there just like fucking
Master
committing
Chiefing
war
it
crimes.
up.
But there's a segment where before they get like Spartan armor, they get put in like the standard fucking like UNSC armor.
Yeah,
like the
also
Marine
super
armor.
soldier serum.
It's more than serum. It's like full on biotic enhancements and shit. But like, they fucking go and they quell an insurrection, like a rebel base. They stealth through and like snap humans like necks. Like, it's like these giant fucking freaks just show up. Like they're like 13 years old, but they look like full grown adults that are just ripped to shit. Like, and on steroids, and they just come in and they just start like fucking punching people's skulls in and just like killing them. There's even a story about Master Chief not knowing his own strength, and like a bunch of like ODST, which are like the top tier.
Yeah.
They're like a bunch of SEAL Team 6 motherfuckers. And it's like they look cool. They got the helmet, they wear all the black, they got fingerless gloves, because they're sick. And they come in while Chief is like working out, but Chief's only like 14 years old. Was that on purpose, or did you actually yawn?
That was real.
Okay. So, but
I did play it up slightly.
Chief fucking, like, while he's working out, this guy like starts trying to like pick on him, because they're military.
But the
usually
Forerunner trilogy, though.
whatever. And then he crushes their skulls in by accident and snaps a man's back in half. Because Master Chief is a monster. It's just that they look like good dudes because they're fighting bad things.
Well, it still offers a very black and white morality where the USNC are still the good guys. That's what Brian did, and he went to school for creative writing at Hopkins or something.
Okay, but the thing is about Halo is they never go too deep into what's happening with the humans.
Well, that's what he only read the books. He says he's never played a Halo game.
No, but even the books, it's like all about the like what's going on in regards to the fucking like people in the army. And then they also do like background shit, or they talk about the Sangheili, like, they just don't want they don't want to go that deep into Halo. Halo is a game where you beat up aliens and that's it. Like, you're just trying to save the human race from annihilation. Like, they don't really think
Did
about
you watch
like
the whole video?
politics. No, I watched more than half, but
Did you see the ending?
yes, I can't remember it though.
The
When he yells on the
3-4-week
Master
guilty,
Chief.
guilty spark.
Yeah, Guilty Spark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when he's talking about like, oh, it was this person.
Guilty Spark was just a man who went on a ride and accidentally
Yeah.
had his brain put inside
But when
of a
he
little
talks
robot.
about he's Master Chief, and then he's like, no, I'm not Master Chief. I'm Guilty Spark or whatever.
Because he has all these tales.
He has all these stories in his brain, but
Yeah.
he has with no purpose.
Because I can't talk to anybody about this. Yeah. I always thought I would read the Halo books, and then I got like 80% of the way through the Fall of Reach, and it was like,
It's a bad book.
no, it's not bad. It's entertaining. It's a good read. It's just that I don't like reading books. I read.
He did make me want to read the two trilogies that he said.
I read like 0 books a year.
I read more than that, and especially if you count comics, which
Yeah.
some people do, some people don't.
There's like a joke in Brooklyn Nine-Nine when Jake says he's read 15 books. He's only read 15 books, and Amy
Total.
looks in disgust and says, "You've only read 50 books?" Because, those words sound the same. And he's like, 15. She's like, "That's even worse." And it's like, I think I've only read 15 books in my lifetime.
That's not true.
I'm not counting comic books. I'm
not
talking
even
like
not
novels.
counting
I'm not
comic
counting
book.
fan fiction either.
I'm obviously not. I'm saying
How dare you? Fan fiction is good writing,
unless somebody else publishes it, it doesn't count.
but it is a... So if someone wrote like a 30,000 chapter long epic that just no publisher wanted to pick up ever, but was incredibly popular, and it was only posted on one website.
If it was popular,
Like
if
an
it was
original story, not a fanfic.
If it was incredibly popular, a publisher would publish it and sell it for money.
What if it just had some some content in it that they were like, we won't publish it?
Then it wouldn't be good.
No, but it was good. It was just that there was content, like it was too real.
Nobody wouldn't publish. Like somebody would.
Okay, but who fucking cares? Why do you have to? Why does some corporation have to decide that it's a novel? Just it's good reading.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying it's not fiction. I'm saying it's not a book.
I don't care. Books suck. They're nerds and they hurt trees.
All right, Ian.
I'm just trying to say I read. I just don't read books.
All right, but you've definitely read more than 15 books.
I genuinely don't think I have.
Did you read any young adult novels when you were a kid?
Yeah, but like less. Like I could still think they tally up to 15.
Did you read any of the Magic Treehouse?
No.
No,
I don't know what that is.
Or
actually.
the Time Traveling Treehouse.
No, I read all the Artemis Fowl books.
Okay, there's like 8 of those, right?
6.
And
then I wrote.
That's 6 books.
Ian Colfer had 2 other books that he read. He had one that was like. Oh no, it was one that I remember. Where it was like a bunch of orphans and like. It was like Judge Dredd, but from the perspective of the people.
Okay.
Like, except not. It wasn't that you were. It wasn't judges where they can be your judge, jury, and executioner sort of thing.
Yeah.
It was lawyers.
Okay.
So every cop was a lawyer. So it's the future if we gave cops a criminology degree. But then they were able to abuse it and like straight up just kill people. And then it was like It was like a police society where these orphans were trying to survive without falling into the system sort of thing.
Sick.
It was an interesting read. I just can't remember the whole every detail about it. Like it's a higher level of thinking than Artemis Fowl was.
So you're at least admitting to reading 8 books, and those are just all by the same author.
Yeah. I read a book.
Did you read Dr. Seuss books? Green Eggs and Ham?
Oh, we were counting
The
picture
Lorax?
books?
I'm counting books.
Okay, well, if we're count not novels, then yes.
Yeah. But also, okay, you
I
read 8
read
books.
the first Hunger Games.
Okay, what about books you were forced to read for school?
Hunger Games.
You read Hunger Games? All 3?
The Art of Racing in the Rain.
All right.
Which they made a movie out of it that turned out to be bad, but also the book is just very sad and basic.
Okay, so we're up to at least 10 books.
Yeah.
Or did you read all 3 Hunger Games?
No, just the first. I don't like the Hunger Games. I think it's a bad franchise.
I read all 3, but yeah, I don't think they're very good.
I've read like the people who talk to. I know everything that happens in them. I read the synopsis and about how like people miss the point.
Yeah.
About what they're trying to do, but maybe we missed the point because it wasn't well written because it's a book for kids. I read this book about. It was also. I read a lot of sci-fi stuff.
Sci-fi is cool.
I like fantasy more than sci-fi though. I like science fantasy, which is what Artemis Fowl is,
and also like Star Wars.
Yeah, I love Star Wars. Mass Effect, I would say, is science fantasy as well. I would say it has science fantasy elements.
I'd say it's a bit
An
harder.
ancient evil coming back to destroy us that was created by a race that we have no concept of.
But
before
no,
Mass Effect 3, I would say that's fantasy.
I would say it's inherently science fiction though, because it's a lot. Everything has an explanation. You know?
Not really. Oh yeah, I guess there is. But biotics is just a chip in your brain that allows you to use biotics.
Yeah. So I would say that's still science fiction.
Yeah. All right, so I read a book where it was like everyone had their cell phones in their brains, but we all spoke like Fuck, I'm sorry. That was the synopsis I came up with it a long time ago. That's why that slipped out.
Yeah.
14. So it's
nobody can speak English.
No, it's like we all speak like that because it do be like that.
Oh, so it's like everybody speaks in whatever the future version of chat speak is.
Yeah. Now people are more eloquent in typing than they are in speaking sometimes because Twitter doubled that shit so we didn't have to cut anything out.
Yeah. So the people saying that that's what chat speak's going to do were proved wrong.
Yeah. So, but it's just because, and also it got to a part where it was the fashion thing was causing lesions to appear on your body. This girl was yeah, look at my sweet lesion necklace. But it was all these people who were super deep into the technology were also all rich kids.
Oh.
There was an obvious poverty thing, and then he meets this girl who she didn't have the chip implanted. They all had it implanted at birth, and she didn't have it implanted until she was like 5. And
you know what? This sounds familiar.
the whole thing is at the end is that her chip, like, you know, they fall in love because it's a fucking young adult novel.
Yeah.
The chip starts to like malfunction, and like she like literally becomes comatose and starts to die and shit. I think she just dies at the end. But like,
What was the name of the book? It sounds
I
familiar.
can't remember. That's why I always have to tell the whole synopsis. But it was in like my English class. Like I would walk in and the book was there, and my teacher was like, "Yeah, just fucking read it, bro."
All right.
I did read another one as well about a kid who becomes a janitor at a school because he drops out and he hates it, and the girl in it is just fucking Ramona Flowers, but like people's perspective. Like the people who hate Ramona Flowers, that was the girl in this book.
Oh yeah.
Like the idea people have about Ramona Flowers, that was the girl in this book. And I was like, God damn, bad girls are hot. Rebels and renegades, hottest chicks in the world.
Still true.
Yep, still true. Jack from Mass Effect, ooh boy.
Dude, honestly,
Get me going.
Honestly, yes.
Yeah, I was like, literally like, there's no way I'd find a bald woman attractive. And then Jack from Mass Effect shows up and I'm like, oh God. And then she
man.
gets her fucking ponytail mohawk in the third. And I'm like, oh God,
It's
you
a
can't
little-
keep doing this to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's got tattoos everywhere, inside of her head and shit.
Yeah.
Love her.
She runs around wearing basically no clothes.
Yeah, and then I think her outfit in the third is better than her outfit in the second.
Yeah.
So the second is just like a dude who's like, yeah, I'm gonna get some titties in there with only
Yeah.
the straps barely covering the nips. And then it's like, all right. And then the next one, it's like, now she's got a cool leather jacket on and she like wraps up her chest and stuff and it just looks cool.
Yeah. We stan DMC3 Dante.
Titty strap.
Titty strap.
We stan people who were fucked up by
Trauma.
but because some rich asshole couldn't keep his fucking theoretical experiments to himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I've probably
So you've
read more
probably
than
read at
15
least
books.
15 books.
Yeah, but I don't think I've read much more than that.
I've read much more than that because I was a bookish kid. I literally asked for and received my complete works of William Shakespeare at like age 10.
Is it over there somewhere?
On that shelf, it's above
Yeah.
the Marvel books behind the Godzilla DVDs. Because I'm a fucking enigma.
Yeah. Nathan's got one of those giant IKEA box shelves. It's just filled with nerd shit.
Yeah.
He's got the Yakuza glasses over there, I think.
Yeah, I got the Yakuza whiskey glasses.
Yeah, he's got the complete version of Sandman. He's got a bunch of JoJo stuff. Joker is hovering away.
Doom Patrol, my Godzilla DVDs, like the Criterion box set of Godzilla. I've got my art of the Into the Spider-Verse. I've got my art of Final Fantasy. I got board games.
They all suck. Board games suck, bro.
Board games are great.
No, they aren't.
They're great.
They're ass.
Fuck you, Ian.
They're garbage. They're big poopy butts.
Board games are cool, man.
Yeah. So anyways, books,
Books are cool.
not cool. I started like
You should read Kurt Vonnegut.
Nah, I probably won't.
All right.
Yeah, no, that's about it. Like I straight up don't like reading books.
Did you read the Hitchhiker's Guide books?
No, and I know they're really good.
You'd probably like those.
I like that the movie is completely different.
The movie is based on the first book, but different things happen in it.
Yeah. Like but
John
that was the
Malkovich's
intent.
character. Yeah.
Is like they were just like, yeah, the movie is in the universe, but it's not the same.
Yeah, it's like it takes some things, but it expands them because, like, honestly, the Hitchhiker's books aren't long enough to make 90-minute movies out of them.
The robot who was depressed, what was his name?
Marvin the Paranoid Android.
Yeah. Wasn't his thing like he becomes like the longest living being in the universe or some shit?
In the books, yeah, eventually.
Because like he gets like trapped in something and then he comes out like through a time loop and he's like, I was alone for 1,000,000 years.
Yeah.
Or for like billions of years, and he's like, I'm so sad. I loved him. He was so like Alan Rickman was really good as him.
Oh, yeah.
That whole movie has great casting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it does. Like, Ford Prefect being played by Mos Def is an odd choice, but it works so well.
Mos Def is really good.
Fucking Sam Rockwell in anything he's in.
What's Sam Rockwell in that?
He's fucking Zaphod. The president of space.
That was Sam Rockwell?
Yeah.
And Warwick Davis lived inside of his stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was the girl in that?
Zooey Deschanel.
I'm quirky and weird. I'm Zooey Deschanel.
She's
Look at
great.
me do my little dance. All right, 1 second. Was Zooey Deschanel a new girl, or am I thinking of someone else?
No, that's her.
Okay.
Okay, so my favorite, one of the best, one of the best bits from the Hitchhiker series is, in, I believe in the book Life, the Universe, and Everything, they go to a planet, out in the middle of space.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I just got some bad news from the world.
Okay, let me do this first.
Yeah.
So, so they go to this planet, which it's said to contain God's final message to his creation, right? And it's 30-foot high letters of fire on top of mountains, right? And and the message says, "We apologize for the inconvenience." All right, what do you have?
All right. Oh. Just quick, one gaming news before I get back into some bullshit. Halo Infinite,
Yeah.
the multiplayer will be free to play.
Oh yeah. That's
So if you don't buy the game, you can play the multiplayer with your friends, which is the best part of Halo. All right, Jamaica Supreme Court.
No, hold on. We didn't do my gaming news. We completely bypassed it.
No, but I'm just gonna. This is real quick. This just seems very backwards to me.
Okay.
Jamaica,
Yes.
chill ass country where everyone says they smoke weed, but weed is very illegal there.
Yeah.
Their Supreme Court rules that schools can ban dreadlocks. So even Jamaica is being racist to black hair.
Who's the fucking president
Or prime minister.
or whatever?
Yeah. But, why?
Who? What?
If there's... I wish it said, can ban dreadlocks. Click on it on white people. Oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God.
Like
we
if
need
a
to bring
white
that
kid
law
lived there.
everywhere.
Jamaica's High Court ruled on Friday that a school was within its rights to require that a then 5-year-old girl cut her dreadlocks. Many see the fight as a part of the fight against discrimination towards those who wear their hair natural, including Rastafarians. Why? Like, a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Maybe she just wanted dreads. Maybe she's like, my mom has dreads and I think they're beautiful. I want to look like my mom.
Or maybe she just wanted dreads. Or maybe her hair naturally like this.
Well, for children, it's usually they see someone else with it and they're like, that looks nice. Can I have that? And with her, it's like, she probably looked around, saw...
Bunch of people with dreads.
I've never been to Jamaica. Kind of want to go, but also I don't, because here's the thing. When you go to a poorer country as a white person, it feels colonial.
It does feel bad, yeah. I feel
Like, hey, I paid your entire year's salary to be here for a week. Also something that I make by working 2 weeks worth of work, and then fucking come wait on me hand and foot and give me alcohol and food that you yourself can't afford.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And that's why you want to tip well.
You should. Tipping well there is like tipping like an asshole here.
Yeah.
Like, you give like a waiter $1 and they're like, oh my God, this is my entire week doubled.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah. But there's every single time I've ever met someone who's like a Rastafarian, they had dreads.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just claim it's very much into their culture and not just a thing I say because I've seen a picture of Bob Marley.
I'm almost certain that it's like a religious thing for Rastafarians. Because I believe that's a religion.
I wouldn't say it's a religion. Maybe it's like a spirituality thing.
Yeah, I think it's a religion.
I wouldn't call, you know how Japan is super into spirits and stuff?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's a religion. I would say that's being
Buddhism is,
spiritual.
and
Oh,
Shinto
you're right.
is, or
Yeah, you got
whatever.
me that one.
Yeah.
Forgot about Buddhism and Shinto. Yeah, but that's just so wild to me.
Yeah.
That's like if white people banned plaid shirts.
Oh, fuck. Are we canceled? Did we get canceled for that?
I don't know. I think it's probably is not a good thing to compare. It's like if white people
It's like
banned that same haircut that every white dude has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if white people banned having medium-sized penises.
Please call them average.
I will say medium.
Do you ever hear about the fucking thing with NASA where they were like,
What?
they had like you have to wear like this fucking like suction cup condom to take a piss in space?
Yeah.
Because liquid doesn't really go when you like it'll propel out, but it'll just be a glob in front of you, and you're like, great, now I have this pee in the fucking air. So you put this like condom on your dick that has like a tube at the end, and you just piss into that, and it like vacuums it a bit. So like there's a bit, so it goes to a tank, a reservoir, probably just goes straight out to space. Who fucking cares? It's like peeing in your backyard. But like the NASA made the things, and they actually put in a small size. A small, which small was actually for like if your dick was like 4 inches hard. I don't know. Like,
well, you're
actually,
not
I would assume it'd
pee
be
hard.
I would assume it would be all be flaccid. So if your dick was,
If you were
if you were the definition of a grower,
yeah,
like you, so like dudes who are like they just had like
I'm 2 inches flaccid. I'm 8 inches hard.
That's a big jump. That's like some hidden dick. That's like probably solid. Like you're like that's how much you have like all that, and you probably have I hope you're circumcised, because that would either be a crazy amount of foreskin or
wrinkly,
like it would hurt to have an
erection. It'd be like a Slinky.
Yeah, so they kept dudes
Ian
who
keeps
needed
thinking of a Slinky.
Yeah, I was thinking of a foreskin falling down the stairs, tumbling. So dudes who like definitely needed to use the small or normal size, medium one.
Yeah.
They all kept going for the large. But like the large was for above average dicks.
Large boys.
Yeah, or showers. Where it's like you can have a 6-inch dick flaccid that just gets hard and doesn't change shape. I feel like that would be like a bummer if you were like a girl who was like a size queen and you like saw this dude's dick flaccid and it was 6 inches and you were like, God damn. And then he gets hard and you're like, all right. Like, it's not bad. I'm not upset. But like, I was kind of hoping for something bigger. But yeah, so they had to change the sizes from small, medium to large to large, extra large, and extra, extra large. Because the dudes just kept going. Because let's be honest, even if you're not,
even if you're going in space, you're still a fucking man.
Yeah,
you still have to deal with toxic.
No one wants to admit that they have a small dick.
Imagine being a fucking astronaut and still having to deal with toxic masculinity.
Because you're like the one. You're like, imagine how rough it is for like the dudes from China.
Oh,
like where it's just like I have a normal sized penis. But I need to pee, but I can't use the small one because then everyone's gonna be like, haha, Asians.
Yeah, because of course, like every astronaut is a racist.
Yeah, every country is a racist.
No, everyone's racist.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, going to space doesn't make you less racist.
Yeah.
There was that woman who went to space and then tried to commit a murder.
In space, or
no?
Damn.
She came back to Earth and tried to commit a murder. They actually made a movie about it.
I don't think anyone's murdered. I don't think anyone's died in space yet.
People
have died in the upper atmosphere. They have
all the Russian people that they sent up to space that died.
We don't count those because
cosmonauts.
Oh yeah, whatever. All right. So moving on. Astronauts have normal sized penises, but they have to lie to themselves.
So one final piece of game news: Square Enix's Crystal Dynamics' Marvel's The Avengers had its second direct,
and they showed off Hawkeye.
Yeah, well, first, like, it's a story-based melee combat game with loot and gear and skill trees in multiple open-world areas. It's a Destiny clone with only 4 players, just in case you needed a refresher.
Destiny only has 3 players. When you do, like, strikes in Destiny, it's only a squad of 3.
Yeah, but there's parts of Destiny where you're in an open world that have many people.
Oh, okay.
This, you don't have any. It's just always 4 people. The trailer for a beta showed a lot of levels and areas that you can do just in the beta, so I think this game's going to be big as fuck. But yeah, they announced their first DLC character, which is Hawkeye, but the DLC is all going to be free.
And they also have a skin for him.
Yep.
And it's Matt Fraction's Hawkeye.
Yep.
With the hearing aids and everything.
Yeah, well, he has a hearing aid on both skins, actually.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, but there's like one skin where he's bald and the other one that's like the Matt Fraction one where he's all bandaged up, the blonde hair, the purple shirt. That looks great. I love Matt Fraction's Hawkeye. In case you haven't read it, you have to fucking read it. It's the best. It's maybe the best Marvel comic. Period. But yeah, so yeah, like fucking read Matt Fraction's Hawkeye. It's great. But yeah, I am still excited for this game. It looks kind of cool. How do you feel, Ian?
I really like. I don't care.
Here's the thing, Ian.
It doesn't look good to me, and I have enough games as a service games to play.
Yeah, see, I only have 0, maybe just 1 if you count Ghost of Tsushima, which I would.
That's not a games as a service. That's a game.
Yeah, but like, I don't play games as a service, and you know the thing is, for me, is I'm a simp for any video game that says you can play as a superhero. I go, I'd like to be a superhero.
I would like to help people.
I'd like to be a hero. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want superpower.
Mm-hmm. I just hope it's not like, if it's like a bit, is it a linear game or is it open world? Like, is there open world segments?
Open world segments. There's multiple little open worlds, plus there are
like
linear
Destiny.
levels. Yeah, there's linear story-based levels. There's open world levels that you can do multiple things in, and also story missions.
Okay, so exactly like Destiny.
Yep.
So I hope it's not like, because obviously you're going to have to pick different characters and shit.
Yeah.
I hope Captain America just is still fun to play, because Captain America, yeah, he can run like 40 kilometers an hour.
Yeah.
But you know what would be faster? Flying.
Well, yeah, because like the
Playing
open
as
world,
Thor.
they were showing as although like the beta just showed off 4 characters, which is Hulk, Kamala Khan, Black Widow, and Iron Man, and it showed the way they all traverse, where it's like Kamala Khan can like stretch to grab stuff, but also like she can do big jumps. And Hulk obviously does the big jumps, and he keeps accelerating the more you jump, which is cool. Mm-hmm. Iron Man fly, and Black Widow use grappling hook.
Captain America just has to fucking run.
Yeah, I bet Captain America just runs, or maybe he'll be able to do some parkour or whatever.
I think, his parkour is probably going to be really sick. He probably fucking handles like a later generation Assassin's Creed game where you don't have to press anything. You just run in a straight line, and they'll just jump over shit for you.
Yeah. The thing with Marvel's Avengers, by the way, they announced this ages ago, and they haven't really been pushing it in any of the ads, so I hope people don't forget. When you buy the game on PS4 only, you get Spider-Man from Marvel's Spider-Man PS4.
Oh, there's also another thing about Marvel Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah.
If you buy, there's rumors that...
Oh, Miles Morales contains both a remake of Spider-Man PS4. Remake, whatever.
Yeah. Well... We've gone over this before.
An enhanced port?
Yeah, which is a remaster.
Yeah.
Well, that's what remasters are.
Yeah.
Remakes is when they totally redo the game.
Yeah, so it includes an enhanced port of the first one, plus Miles Morales. And I think that game's already going to be like only $40-$50, like cheaper than a regular game.
Yeah, so you're getting 2 games. If like Miles Morales is going to be shorter than the original.
Yeah.
But also there could be DLC that adds more, like... For all we know, we could get a big story expansion later on.
Yeah, for Miles Morales, they might do another couple episodes like that City That Never Sleeps thing.
I hope Uncle Aaron shows up. I think he would be really cool.
Almost certainly the Prowler's going to show up, yeah.
Yeah, I hope it is his uncle. You know what would be... I liked the dynamic with Aaron Davis and Miles in... the movie, where he was just like literally his cool uncle that whenever he was having problems with his dad, because his dad is just such a strict cop and he was just this cool teen, like wanted to express himself with his art.
Yeah.
And he lives in New York, so how are you going to do that with fucking graffiti? Because New York has so much around you.
Yeah.
And it's sick. Also, fuck New York. Because they have like been doing this shit forever. People who actually own the buildings go like, yeah, I have this giant white wall on the side of my building. I don't care. Just like fill it up, guys.
Mural, yeah.
Yeah, make some but like throw up a tag, take some space, don't take too much. Like let's get everyone to get a piece of the pie.
Oh yeah, so some people will own a wall and they'll be like, yeah, you can do whatever you want, but like make room for everybody.
But then also don't go over someone else's shit.
Yeah, but then some people will have a wall where they actually pay somebody to make a mural.
Yeah,
and then
like at the end of the movie is that they make a Aaron Davis
memorial
mural, and they like pay for it. It's like a big white spot.
Yeah,
The thing that sucks, though, is that I don't know if they do it as much anymore, but before New York, like the city, they would see a giant wall like that, see it covered in graffiti, and just take it upon themselves and paint over it. They didn't ask the people who owned the building. They just assumed it was graffiti. That, like, it's all graffiti. But to them, they were like, ugh, graffiti. Where the artists...
Graffiti's cooler when it's a crime. Just, I want to point that out.
Depends. I think tags are cooler when it's a crime. I think art made with, like, spray paint is still really cool, even if it's not a crime. But, like,
I'm not saying art made with spray paint isn't cool. I'm saying tagging and doing sick murals and fucking awesome pieces and throwing them up is cooler when if a cop walks by, you can get in trouble. Because then it's even more talent.
No, I don't want to say that because that gives Banksy credit, and I hate that dude. Banksy, as time goes on, is becoming more and more tone deaf.
Banksy's made some great stuff.
Yeah.
There's a reason people know who he is. I guess people don't
know
know who
of
he is,
the
but
name.
like, know of him.
I think Banksy's a collaboration effort.
Yeah, maybe now.
Yeah. I think, like, did you ever watch Exit Through the Gift Shop?
No, I didn't, but I've heard it's good.
It's not that great. People always hyped it up as this, like, movie where it's like, it's about Banksy. No,
it's about
not.
how the directors are fucking weirdo.
The director was this giant weirdo who became obsessed with Banksy and then wanted to make a movie with him. Then Banksy was like, how about I make the movie about you making the movie? And then that's what they did. But then he completely hijacked the project and made it how, like, the reason why Banksy's anonymous is because you like, once people know you, you become very obsessed with the fame, and that's what the whole fucking thing's about. Is the guy who's making it gets super into, like, street art, sees how, like, these dudes are making fat stacks.
Yeah, and he completely sells out, and Banksy's making the movie like, look at this fucking weirdo.
Yeah,
selling
about
out.
how, like, and the anonymity of it helps him,
yeah,
stay grounded,
stay humble.
Yeah.
But that's good. That's like, I've only heard good things about how that's done, and
it just gets boring at points.
Okay.
Like Banksy, he has his art. He's good at it. He's not a very good editor.
Oh.
Like, it's just interesting, but it's boring at times. Where, you kind of, like, with a documentary, you kind of want it to keep your attention.
Yeah.
I still think the most interesting documentary I've ever seen is This Movie Is Not Yet Rated.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever watch that one?
No, I didn't, but I know of it.
I think you would like that one.
Yeah, probably. Mm-hmm. I'm just not a huge doc guy.
Oh, no, me neither.
Something has to really jump out at me.
It's just the concept of, like, how, like, the history of the ratings board and how it is.
Yeah.
Started watching it, then it got to a point with John Waters where he talked about the felching thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine, 4:30 is fine. And my brother just asked if it's cool if he's I guess he wants to bring his kids over.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, are they over at exactly 4? Like, can we go till 4:30? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm not going to be mean to the kids.
Yeah.
They're babies.
They are.
Yeah. Well, one literally is. The other one's a toddler. It's becoming a little shithead. Fucking Emma cursed my house. Because she brought Super Soakers over like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, Emma.
Yeah.
Our friend Emma?
Yeah, you gotta bleep that.
I'll bleep that.
You did it for once.
Yep.
Yeah, well, because my sister has the same name. So.
Yeah, so I was just like, oh,
yeah. She's not
sorry
right now.
Sorry for doxing you, Emma.
Don't worry,
I didn't mean it.
Yeah. Yeah, so
we're doing okay.
Yeah. I don't know. The kid, like, he gets the spray gun and he's like, ha, shoot Uncle Ian in the face. And I'm like, I'm not going to be the one to yell at a child. I did convince him that he was like kind of trying to like put his hand in the filter. And I'm like, no, don't do that. There's monsters in there.
Do not make me defeat a child in combat today. I can, but I do not want to.
That kid's a little baby. Like, he one time it was like really sunny out. And he just started crying. He's like, the sun hurts! And my brother and his wife are just like...
Because it was too hot or because
it was
hurt
too
his
hot.
eyes?
It was too hot. Oh, no,
Okay.
It was also hurting his eyes. It was very hot. It was like one of those days where it was like 37 degrees out.
Heat wave vibe.
It was heat wave vibe. But then also he was like staring up towards where the sun was. Like, it's fucking hurting my eyes. I'm like, turn around.
Look elsewhere.
Look the other way. Or he had sunglasses. Put them on.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, though, if you're buying sunglasses for a child, you're not going to buy good sunglasses.
Oh, they aren't, but they're still good. My sunglasses aren't stellar, but they still block the sun.
No, but I mean, like, what's it called? What's it called when they're good, actually? They're polarized. That's it.
Oh, mine are polarized.
Polarized is good, but you're not gonna fucking waste $50 on polarized sunglasses for a child.
Well, yeah. One, they're gonna lose them. Two, they're gonna grow out of them.
Yeah.
Even if you have even if it goes to the other kid, like once he grows out, what are you gonna do? You're gonna buy him another $50 pair of sunglasses that, as the kid gets a bit older and older, higher chance he's gonna lose them. Children don't deserve sunglasses until they're
in high school.
Until they can buy them themselves.
I would say that nicer sunglasses. I don't know. It depends, right?
No, sunglasses wasn't my family didn't really fuck with sunglasses. That's
if
why
I had a kid, I wouldn't
glasses.
make them work while they were in high school. I'd wait till they're 18.
Oh yeah, no. Working while in high school is pretty much how I dropped out of high school.
Yeah. Well, you telling me that pushed me over the edge of maybe don't make kids do work when they're under 18.
Yeah. Well, just sometimes it's
Yeah.
But my family didn't have money and I had things to buy.
Yeah.
I can ask my mom for shit, but all my friends were going out more because they had money.
Yeah.
So I'm great, I want to hang out with my friends, but I can't just keep asking my mom for money all the time. So then I went and got a job, and then I stopped hanging out with my friends. Don't get a job in high school.
Yeah.
Because also, the jobs all suck, and they don't pay you enough, and they don't deserve your fucking time.
Also, you're a minor, and they're, profiting off of your labor, and you're a minor.
And there's going to be some shithead manager who who also started in high school, finished high school, didn't go on to college, then just worked his way up. So now, the dude's making $50,000 a year, but he's still shitty, upset. They work 60-hour weeks because managers, once you become salary, they just abuse you and make you stay longer than you should.
Yeah.
My mom is a fucking manager, and they're and she only works 40-hour weeks because that is what she is paid to do.
Yep.
She does not get overtime at all.
Yeah.
Even if she worked a 60-hour week, it's still, you still made your same amount of money. And the more you work, when you're salary, you can just say, if you were working if you made $25 a week, an hour on salary, but then if you work 60 hours...
But you're still getting, you're probably working minimum wage, technically.
Yeah, you might as well just lost fucking $10 off your fucking salary. I'm not actually going to do the math right now, but you might, either way, you're technically losing money by wasting your time by doing more work than you should.
Yeah, every minute past the 8-hour/40-hour mark that you're there is money out of your pocket.
Yeah. I think no matter what, you should always get paid overtime.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
We as human beings shouldn't even be working 40 hours a week.
Yeah, they say that. They say it should be something closer to 32, 35, something like that.
Also, the original concept of automation and how things were supposed to get easier and easier as time went on is that humans were supposed to work less but make the same profit. But instead, we work the same, make less profit, but
make
the guys
more
up
profit
top
for the company.
Yeah.
I did accidentally click the video.
Linus.
How dare you?
His tech tips. Linus is actually really helpful and really nice, cool dude. Just very weird.
All I know about him is from those weird ads at the Game Awards where he kept showing up, and I was like, "Who?" And he's like,
fucking "This TV is really cool. I can play Gears of War 5 at 120 hertz." And it's the game doesn't run at 120
Gears
frames.
of War. No thanks, dude.
He's got a really nasally voice, but also he's very helpful. When I built my first computer,
let's do computers.
Don't be mean to him.
You're
like the people making fun of the guy who edits Wikipedia articles for free, but he looks like a giant fat dude.
I wouldn't make fun of that guy.
But that Linus is doing a service. He is allowing us to learn how to do computer things at home.
Yeah, but Linus has decided that he's also going to be a public figure and appear in advertisements.
The
for
other
money.
guy, the dudes, man, it was some fucking tweet where there was CBS.
Any YouTuber that's in a television commercial, I'm going to make fun of.
CBS did an interview with the guy who just.
Oh, did you hear that Ninja's going to be in movies?
No, but
he's going to Hollywood.
Shut up.
Sorry.
CBS did an interview with the guy who with a dude who edits Wikipedia articles.
Oh yeah, people who make fun of him suck.
Yeah, and they were like, "Yeah, that's what I thought he would look like," and everyone was like, "Hey, why don't you go fuck yourself?"
Yeah.
This man is committed to giving us free knowledge, a thing that the government, if they could, would stop.
Yeah.
And also, he does a lot of articles specifically about women because he thinks we should learn more about women.
Yeah.
And I really like it when people stick up or just call out shitty people.
Yeah.
Do you know what no cap means?
Yeah, it just means you're not lying.
Yeah, but then people someone will say something and they'll be like, "Ha," and throw a hat on cap mean you are lying.
Yeah.
So it was this really fat dude, giant man.
Yeah.
Just absolute rotund boy. So he's
Okay.
like, it was just him going like playing games with the boys, and then you think about her. And something like implying that he had an ex who left him or one thing.
Yeah.
And some dude duetted it on TikTok, but he put a cap on to be like, haha, lying. There's this dude. His whole thing is he just either smiles and like thumbs up like,
Yeah.
or fucking like shakes his head like no. And he has his face is very expressive. He
Yeah.
has never spoken. And then he did a reaction to that video, and he was just like, leave. And that dude had a deep voice. Like I would be scared. But yeah, don't be mean to people for their physical appearance.
Yeah. And I wasn't. I was making fun of his voice.
He can't help that computers! He can't help that either. That's just how people sound. It's like making fun of a dude for having the gay inflection.
Yeah, but I wouldn't make fun of that because that's fine.
I always wanted to ask someone about that, though.
Why?
Well, because it's curious to me. Because, like, there's a lot of there's gay dudes who just don't have that inflection, and then there's dudes that do. And it's like, did you do this on purpose, or did you just always sound like this?
It's like kind of both.
No, like they just fell into it.
Yeah, from what I'm aware,
Like the
it's
Queer
there's a
Eye guys, I want to
history.
ask every single one of them.
I think there's like a historical background to that.
Yeah.
Like that became a thing.
And what like is it a science thing as well, or is it only?
No, it's just like I think it's like the literal definition of a meme. Like not actually what we call a meme.
Yeah, like the memes that they're yelling about in MGS2.
Yeah.
Like, did you ever watch Glee?
No, because I didn't watch bad shows.
I have only seen it because my mom watched it.
Okay.
And there's the gay kid on that show.
Yeah.
Before he's like out, he
Yeah.
is like very obviously speaks like that. So in that, like, is that bad representation?
I think
or, like,
that shows bad representation is what a lot of gay people say.
Yeah, but okay, but then also when like there's another gay dude who shows up later and he's just like, he speaks without the inflection.
I think again, I'm not gay. I'm not super educated on like queer history. I'm not the one to answer this question.
Yeah. Well, that's
there
why I
is
want to
a
ask
reason
someone
I
who
recall.
is.
I recall reading something about it, but it was some time ago.
Yeah. Jane Lynch was funny.
Jane Lynch is funny,
But she was also just that character where it's like, haha, it's like a woman, but now she says the gross things that men would. And it's like, So she's just as bad as like the gross things a man would say. Like she looks at hot cheerleaders and goes like, titties are looking shitty today or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Obviously not because that was a TV show, but that's
Also,
like the vibe.
I think she says homophobic shit in that show
yeah, and
about the other characters in the Glee Club.
yeah, it's probably about the gay kid and the teacher.
Yeah.
That show is just so rough. Every single time I think about it, like
Fucking, why is Ryan Murphy make every fucking thing now?
Ryan Murphy.
The fucking guy who created Glee.
I don't know. Maybe it's like
He made American Horror Story.
Who's
he
the
made
guy-
American Crime Story. He made fucking Scream Queens. He made that new show Hollywood.
Who's the Big Bang Theory guy?
Chuck Lorre.
Chuck Lorre. Like that dude. It could be like the same thing with Ryan Murphy, where Chuck Lorre, like, does everything. He does nothing but make sitcoms. And also, he made the theme song for the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Chuck Lorre did?
Yeah. Like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant. Yeah, like that was his shit.
Mom, Young Sheldon, Bob Hart's Abishola, Kamitsky Method, Big Bang Theory.
Bob Hart's Abishola. Did you just say that?
Yeah.
Damn.
2.5 Men, Mike and Molly, CSI. Oh,
Damn,
just
he even
wrote
did
it.
CSI?
No, he just wrote an episode. That's might be.
Oh.
Dharma and Greg, Sybil, Grace Under Fire, Franny's Turn.
He
wrote
also
on
wrote
Roseanne.
for a bunch of shows.
Toxic Crusaders. My Two Dads.
My two dads.
Defenders of the Earth. I mean, he didn't
He's got like 2 TV shows coming out. Like the dude, it's just one of those. Mike Murphy probably just knows how to play
Ryan Murphy.
Ryan Murphy just knows how to play the fucking game. Like he knows how to get shows made.
Yeah.
Like same with the guy, the dude who was part of creating Clone High.
Phil Lord, Chris Miller,
No, there was another dude.
Bill Lawrence.
Yeah, Bill Lawrence, who also created Scrubs.
Yeah. So, okay, Ryan Murphy, he created a show called Popular, and then he wrote the movie Running with Scissors.
Is that a good movie?
Yeah, and then he created Nip Tuck. He wrote the screenplay for Eat, Pray, Love. He created the show The New Normal. He obviously, created Glee. Fucking created Scream Queens. Created Feud Betty and Joan. Created fucking 911 Lone Star. Created Hollywood. Created the show The Politician. Created Wretched. Created Pose. Created 911. A different show, I guess. Created a show called American Horror Stories. American Horror Story as well. Both things. And American Crime Story. And he's working on the fucking Joe Exotic movie.
Yeah, he does do a lot.
Yeah, man.
I would say Bill Lawrence significantly better. All of his shows are great.
Didn't he do My Name Is Earl?
No, he did. I'm gonna only give the ones he was the creator for.
Scrubs, Cougarton,
Spin City, Clone High, Scrubs, Cougar Town, Ground Floor, and then he was an executive producer on Undateable, Life Sentence, Whiskey Cavalier, and Ted Lasso. So he's 50-50 for good shows. He hasn't done anything good recently though, until they make Clone High season 2.
Season 3.
2. Only one season of Clone High.
Oh, I thought there were 2.
No, it got canceled because of India.
Yeah, but I thought that it got canceled after 2 short seasons.
No, just one.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the weeks.
Yeah.
What?
How long are we in this?
Hour 36.
Yeah, well, that was a lot of rambly shit.
There was some rambly shit in there, but that means we probably have a pretty good title option. Anyway, so let's talk about the weeks. First of all, I'm going to say this. I think we're going to save our Ghost of Tsushima Act 3 feelings for next week because neither of us have beaten the game yet.
Yeah. It's real sad about what happens after Act 2, and we could talk about what happens with Act 2 because we didn't talk about that, but it's not enough.
Well, let's just give
it can roll into Act 3 because Act 3 is very short.
Yeah, let's just give much like an actual 3-act story, at the end of Act 2, the main character hits their lowest point.
Yeah. It is definitely his lowest point family-wise, but it's also
No, emotionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also just him realizing this is the path I have to walk to save my people.
Yeah.
There's your uncle isn't nearly as villainous as he starts to come off, or so stuck in his code that he's I'll forsake my only family member left for this shit. But there's a part where you're sneaking around later and you hear him talk and you hear that the Shogun is trying to have you arrested or wants to have you put on trial.
Yeah.
It's dumb as shit.
Again, I think we've said this before about the game, but I don't like how the game is just pro-authoritarianism.
But that's the story they're trying to tell. It's just that's what it is,
right? Because it needs to rationalize how there could be a good side and a bad side to the war.
Well, it's a very black and white story.
Yeah.
Is you as a samurai are a good man.
Yep. And
it doesn't matter about what everyone else is like or the history. It's you as Jin Sakai, a made-up character for this cowboy samurai movie.
Yeah.
Is the solo, you are just the good man, the Mongolians are evil.
Yeah.
That's it. Don't think about it more than that, because that's not what they want you to do.
Yeah, it's just funny because I've wound up picking up things about actual history recently for it.
Yeah.
And I found out, so the shogunate, the way that happened is that they had a military coup, and
that's how they switch the shogunate always to every time.
That's what I mean, right? The reason why there's a shogun and you're not reporting to the emperor is because in that time there had been 100 years past a fucking military coup where the military rose up against the government and overtook the government, and so it's everyone's just as bad, but they talk about this yucky the fucking rebellion that rose up against the samurai. Yarikawa rose up against the samurai as if those people are evil for wanting to rise up against the samurai, when the fucking samurai had already rose up against the previous government.
It's literally one of those things where, like, you know how it's you can also say it's like America, where the Civil War and shit was about like rising up, or no, not the Civil War, the Revolutionary War. It was about rising up and overthrowing your fucking like
the British government,
the government, because you didn't like what they were doing to your people, and you thought they were really.
Because they were taxing us too much.
They thought they were just taking advantage of all of them, and they're just like, I don't like this. I don't like how they treat us as a society. We live in one. So I think what we should do is we should go protest. We should do some violent acts. We should destroy public property because we don't like how they are oppressing us. There's nothing like that happening in modern day. But,
no, of course not.
But so the U.S. is like, they romanticized that. They were like, yeah, we are fighters. We fought for our freedom. And then people are like, we're fighting for more rights so we can have more freedom. And the government's like, wait, no, not like that.
America's oppressing us. We're going to rise up against America.
Which is like the Yarikawa rebellion, where it's like they were being treated like shit. So they were like, fuck you, we're going to go kill the Jito, which was Lord Shimura.
Yeah.
And you go, he turns around and slaughters them. And they're like, well, we're going to be bitter and angry about this. And everyone outside of our area is going to call us pieces of shit forever. That's cool.
Exactly.
Yeah. People will always want freedom and think about, like, will always want to be better. Like, the fact that you're such a slave to the samurai lords and shit, that's what bothers me, is none of those people are free. There's like this respect that they have to give for people. Like, they'd protect you from bandits, but they're not doing much to protect you from the Mongolians. Like, they all got fucked up really fast.
Yeah.
Because the Mongolians don't fight fair.
Yep.
Like,
although also,
and they show that at the beginning of the game when Kodan Khan burns that man to death. And then you lie to his wife about how he died an honorable death.
Yeah. My thing that I think is the fucking funniest is that the plot of the game, and I also recently realized this, the plot of the game is it's okay to do war crimes because they did them first. The other army did the war crimes first, so it's okay to do it back.
But then also do them worse.
And worse.
Well, but it's also like...
the sequence when you fucking poison them all.
Well, that's a spoiler, and we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, sorry.
Whatever, there's a point when you get a poison.
You do poison.
We'll talk about it in detail next week.
Hell yeah.
But, yeah, you do war crimes to match their war crimes.
Yeah.
But then also, I would say that their war, like, the war crimes they did was only a war crime based off of the Samurai Code. Like, the disrespect.
The war crimes the U.S. does is only a war crime according to the Geneva Convention.
The Geneva Convention is a internationally agreed thing, though. Like, the United Nations came up with that because of what happened in Geneva.
No, there was a meeting at Geneva.
That's what it is. Sorry. I don't know. I'm not a good history man.
It's because of the Geneva Convention was written because of what happened in Germany.
There we go. Thank you.
In the 40s.
Cool.
There was these people. They wanted bad shit. It was the whole thing.
I don't know. 6 million is a pretty big number. Oh, fuck anyone who has ever said that seriously.
What?
The people who think that the Holocaust numbers are like inflated and they didn't really actually do that many bad things to the Jews. And there's no way there was 6 million Jews. There's not that many Jews around now. And it's like, I wonder why.
Fuck, people are great at answering their own questions,
but then ignoring the logic.
But that would mean that every single person.
How can the Earth not be flat? We would just all fall off. It's like, it's not like gravity keeps us held down or anything.
Yeah.
And that's like them who just said that. You're just like, all right, good job, idiot.
Hold on, but that can't be true because then every police officer would be complicit in violence. Yeah. You're right. You've nailed it. You've nailed it right on the head.
Yeah. So, anyways. Ghost of Tsushima, cool game. We'll talk about it more next week.
We absolutely will.
I didn't even play that much this week because a lot of my week was spent doing something else. Beaten off.
Hell yeah. So I have 3 things written down for this week.
Cool.
Should I do Yeah, fuck it. I don't care. I'm just gonna have it in the order I wrote it down. The other night I watched for the first time Portrait of a Lady on Fire, 2019 French film directed by Celine Sciamma. I'm sure if you're listening to this, you've probably heard of this movie. Very popular foreign film. It's French. It's about a painter goes to like a wealthy family's house to paint their daughter. The daughter and the painter fall in love. It's fucking great. It's gay as hell, directed by a gay woman, cinematographed by a woman.
But Nathan, gay people didn't exist
in the 1800s.
In the 1800s, they only started existing until now. Gay people actually weren't a real thing until 1991.
But what about in the 60s when they were fighting for civil rights?
That wasn't real. That was all a
Harvey
lie.
Milk?
They actually have always had those rights. It's just that now they're acting like they don't have any rights.
What about
to
Harvey
be
Milk?
Oppressed. No, everyone just want to act that they're oppressed. That's a fake name.
What about
they were hanging out at a Canadian parking lot and they were like who's a prominent gay figure in history, and they're like, fuck, there is none. And then they saw
Harvey's and a Max Mills.
Yeah. All those movies were fake. That dude.
What about in ancient Sparta when they would put soldiers next to their male lovers?
That's just bros being bros. That's just that's you include. There's nothing gay about fucking another man in the ass, Nathan. They were just like, bro, that's the place I come. I can't let that man die. Also, he's got a pretty. He gives that spin cycle sloppy toppy. So, like, I can't fucking kill him.
I'm glad that your homophobic character also doesn't give a shit about gender roles. Like, they're like, hold on, it's not gay to fuck a man. It's gay to be gay.
It's gay to be in love with... Actually, that's a conversation we got into a lot in high school. Is it gay to have sex with a man? Yes. But are you gay? No. Are you in love with that man that you just fucked? You're gay.
Or bi. Or pan.
Or yeah, the spectrum is huge, but if you fuck a man once, that doesn't make you gay, it just means you did something gay.
Yeah.
Like if you've kissed your homies on the lips or given them a sweet pat on the butt goodnight.
Yeah.
After you fucked said butt.
We would do all the time pre-COVID and will do all the time post-COVID.
Yeah, we just stopped for a while because of COVID.
I miss homie kisses, honestly.
They're all right.
All right, anyway, speaking of homie kisses, Portrait of a Lady on Fire is a fucking
homophobic.
incredible movie. You don't want to be homophobic.
I'm not homophobic, I'm homophobic. I hate it when people have a space to live.
You're homophobic.
Yeah. If you have a home, gross.
In this economy, how fucking dare you?
Yeah, oh man, fuck this economy. My mom just told me that the house we sold 3 years ago.
Yeah.
She sold it for $620,000.
Okay.
The same house is worth $800,000 now.
But
the value of the house we have bought has not gone up.
This bubble's got to burst eventually.
Oh, I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, when everything's cheap,
bro.
Boys' house.
Boys' house. Boys' house. Boys' house. We're gonna go buy a place in Toronto. That's how fucked this is gonna get.
We're gonna fucking quiche that shit up. We're gonna be like, couple grand down, buy a house.
There's a lot of really nice house. Like
we'll move in and we'll get legally
in
married to make it cheaper.
Yeah, sure.
We don't have to. I don't think we need that.
Would it get cheaper? Is polyamory legal?
Polyamory is legal.
Okay, so wait.
Bigamy is not legal.
What if me and you got married?
We
got a 4-bedroom house. Me and you got married. But then we only own 50% of the house as a married couple, and then Blake and someone, I don't know, Connor or something.
Bleep it again.
Bleep that. I'm just
saying. The last name.
I had to say the last name because we have like 5 friends named Connor. I do actually, but
yeah.
So, and also Blake has a cousin named Connor.
Okay.
So, fucking, they get married, so they own 50% of the house.
All right.
Would it become cheaper?
Yeah.
If 2 people owned the house.
Yeah,
because 2 couples owned the house.
Because it would be considered 2 families living in the house, not 4 individuals.
Fuck yeah.
So it'd be better. Not necessarily like the house would be cheaper, but taxes would be.
Yeah, and then once we get the house, if we ever get the house paid off and we live there that long, then we get divorced.
We could actually get it annulled. As long as we don't have sex.
For for like 20 years.
Yeah.
That would be sick if like you could. If
I
houses
think so.
dropped
I think that's how the
fast
law works.
That like I could buy a house for like $10,000.
Now, I anal, but, I think that's how the law works.
No, whatever. Fuck it. This is a dumb hypothetical. I don't think houses will ever get that cheap. I just want them to go back to
I
reasonable
anal. I thought I would
prices.
have to explain to you that I anal stands for I am not a lawyer.
I didn't know that. Anyway,
Portrait of a Lady on Fire is a fantastic film, and you should watch it. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
There's no men for like a solid hour 40
But then
minutes
when
of
the
that
men
movie.
show up, do they only talk about the men? Does the movie pass the Bechdel test? Because that's the only thing I respect.
The movie passes the Bechdel test completely.
But if a man shows
There
up...
has to a Bechdel
But
test.
if a man shows up, it fails!
No, the Bechdel test is there have to be at least two women. They have to talk to each other, and the thing they have to talk to each other about isn't about a man at one point.
Okay.
Alien passes the Bechdel test.
There's two women in that movie?
Yeah.
I thought it was just Ripley.
No, there's two women in the Alien one. But
well, yeah, the Alien.
in the extended cut of Alien, which is explicitly not the director's cut, but it adds a couple of deleted scenes that other people liked. They like have a reference to another character who's like in the conversation those two women have. There is a reference to a man about like him being sexually attracted to one of them. So then it fails.
Straight up, I get monster fuckers.
Yeah.
I don't get wanting to fuck the monster from Alien.
No, I don't get it. The monster from Alien is like an evil rape monster.
Yeah, but also, it literally penetrates you without your consent.
Yeah,
but also,
that's why men
even
are
though,
afraid
say
of it.
it has a vagina.
Well, I think the aliens are coded male, but the queen is female, like bees.
Well, I think the alien, the one we know with the giant fuck. I think if you wanted to put it like that, the alien queen is the alien that we know.
Yeah.
The face huggers would be the males, because they're the ones who do the impregnating.
You're right. Never mind. You're right.
Their pretty much only purpose is to make more alien queens.
Yeah.
So, anyways, even if it has a vagina, and it lets you fuck it, its saliva is acidic. So why would its other juices not be?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna stick my dick in, it's gonna go
blood
away.
and its spit are both acid, so almost certainly whatever other fluids
its
are
secretions are also acidic. Like,
also it has a mouth in its mouth.
Yeah. Well, it could give a very sensual double blowjob with one mouth
until your dick rots away.
Yeah, very quickly. Also, I think the teeth. There's no way it could do anything
with the second mouth.
It's all teeth.
Yeah.
It doesn't have because it's teeth. It doesn't have lips. It's just teeth.
Yeah.
And the second mouth also is just teeth.
Yeah.
It's like the literal.
Also, its head is an entire penis.
Yeah. But I don't know. If you want to fuck the monster from Alien, you need to fucking think about the lore here and why it's not hot. There's plenty of other monsters that are fuckable.
Yeah, man.
Like Swamp Man.
Swamp Thing.
There's a Swamp Man.
No, there's not. You're thinking of
Solomon Grundy.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking of him when I said Swamp Man. The fish.
The fish from Shape of Water.
Exactly.
Made to be fuckable.
Exactly. Dracula. That's the easiest one.
Yeah, I mean,
Alucard. Easier.
Yeah.
Human beings, because we're the real monsters.
Yeah.
Frankenstein.
Yeah. I'd get it. I'd understand.
I'm just trying to think. Do you think Frankenstein has a huge dick? Because or do you think the doctor was like, I'm going to be funny about this and give him a small one?
No, I bet the doctor stitched together two dicks that were completely different sizes.
Oh, gross. But maybe not. It's got like a tiny head, but a huge shaft. Anyways,
it's like a bunch of corpses.
Other monsters that are fuckable. A slime that can take the shape of a human.
Other monsters. Nightcrawler.
Yeah. Three fingers.
Yeah. And 3 toes. 2 toes, sorry. And a tail.
Cat girls.
Yeah.
Cat men.
Pretty
much if you put non-human ears on an animal, on a human being, that's not really a monster. That's just a giant man. It's like getting fucked by Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, and I mean, people want to do that.
People have.
Yeah.
We're getting fucked by the mountain from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Dragons.
Dragons?
When they're more humanoid. I don't really...
Yeah.
Because when they're like full, like, they just look like a dragon. I'm like, that's an animal. That's bestiality.
Rouge the Bat.
Snake people. Anyone in Sonic.
Yeah.
Not Tails. He's underage.
Not Tails.
Knuckles. He's got 2 dicks.
He's got 4 heads.
Oh, you're right.
He has 1 dick with 4 heads.
Never mind. I don't want to fuck Knuckles. Eggman. He's an Eggman.
He's just a man.
That looks like an egg.
He's just a fat man.
I gotta watch
everyone insults.
I gotta watch that live action Sonic movie.
Yeah, dude. Did you know that around here the fucking theaters open back up
Yeah, I don't
for
want to go.
Phase 3? $5 movie tickets, Ian, and they're playing Sonic and they're playing fucking Jurassic Park in theaters. Again, the original, the first one.
I gotta get. Well, I'd rather see Jurassic World 2.
No, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't. That
You
movie
literally
sucked.
wouldn't.
I've also already seen it.
Yeah.
That movie's
But Jurassic
so
Park
dumb.
1's fucking incredible. I'd love to see that in theaters.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I've ever finished it.
Fucking Laura Dern, Ian.
I watched. Yeah, but she was in The Last Jedi.
Yeah, and she's great in that too. She's great in everything.
Yeah, she's all right.
She's great in Marriage Story. She's great in Little Women. She's great in Inland Empire. She's great in Blue Velvet.
You know what I kind of want to watch?
What?
Cheers.
The show?
Yeah, it's like a classic sitcom. You gotta check it
Yeah.
out.
Sometimes you wanna go
Where everybody knows your name. Also, Ted Danson's great.
Also, Frasier is in Cheers,
I don't care about Frasier.
but he's in Cheers.
But
He's from
also,
Cheers.
Kelsey Grammer's a piece of shit.
Kelsey Grammer's a piece of shit, but
Yeah.
he's a great actor.
Didn't we look that up when we were
Yeah,
watching that
yeah.
After Hours? Where I'm like, wasn't Kelsey Grammer accused of something doing bad? And then we
And
looked
it's
it up, and it was like, oh no, he's just an alcoholic. Never mind, he throttled and beat his wife.
Oh, was that? No, I thought it was like he was just an alcoholic, and then he cheated on his wife.
Oh, you know what? Maybe
With, like,
I think there was something
babysitter
about
or
assault,
whatever.
but
I
oh
could
no,
be
it
wrong.
was cheating. You're right.
Yeah.
I think when people made it sound like it was that he beat his wife, but cheating on your wife, shitty thing to do.
Less bad than physically
Not illegal.
abusing them.
Yeah. Don't cheat on your spouse, but if you do,
Break up with your spouse if you want to fuck someone else.
yeah.
Just in general. Just break
If-
up with
if
people.
you don't
just normalize
want-
breaking up with people.
Yeah. Fucks.
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's like, oh, it's emotionally difficult, so I'm just going to not tell her that I'm not dating her anymore.
I talked about Scott Pilgrim with my friends in my Discord, and they were like, yeah, they kind of like Knives and Scott as a couple better. And I get what they're saying because there is more chemistry because him and Ramona kind of just like say things to each other.
Yeah. Well,
Like
in
the best
movie,
scene
yeah.
in the movie is the bread one.
Yeah.
Like when they're actually on a date, but every other time, like, you know, there's like little things. Yeah. Like theirs is a little more of a beginning of like getting that chemistry.
That's the
but
problem with the
him
movie.
and Knives already have chemistry.
Because
and
they
then,
were already dating at the start of the film.
But then at the end, they are like when they beat up Jason Schwartzman's character, I can't remember his name.
Gideon Graves.
Gideon Graves. When they beat him up, they do like the moves from like the beginning of the movie, and it's like a callback and shit. But like,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean they should be together because they have similar interests.
The thing with Negus Scott in the movie is a really funny... What?
It's just Nega Scott just every single time. I'm just like, bro, you almost.
All right, dude. The thing with Negative Scott
Yeah.
in the movie is they completely like use him differently from how the comic does.
I think it's funny how they do it. Where
It's
they're just
funny.
Like,
No,
we
I think it's
we like
funny.
the same things.
I think it's funny, but in the comic, Nega Scott represents the responsibilities that Scott is running away from and pretending he doesn't have.
So him embracing him at the end would be a more of a I'm growing up sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was reading this manga
Yeah.
where the guy in it, his name is Nega,
Yeah.
like Nega.
Yes. Negative.
But there's one of the the translators started having fun in one scene, and the dude's like, "See you later, my nega."
Oh my god.
But his name's like Nega because he's super negative and he thinks everything's gonna go bad. But the girl, it's like a slice of life comedy thing.
Yeah.
The girl is super positive.
And her name's Posey.
No, that's what I thought. Her name's like something in Japanese. It might translate to be like positive or like, you know, happy.
Yeah.
But then when they show the flashback, it was opposite. When they were like 5 years old, he was super positive and she was the negative one.
Yeah.
And they were like trying to draw and she's like, I don't know, all my drawings look bad. And he's just like, fuck yeah, my drawings look amazing. And then he did like the classic little kid thing where it's like, cute girl, hey, how about when we grow up we get married?
If we're both single by the time we hit 30, let's
But they're
get
5.
married.
So he says that to her, and she mishears him, thinks he said like bloodshed or something. I don't know, one of those like Japanese where the words sound similar.
Yeah.
Or like
Upon
how
that
Goku
only
thought marriage
works.
was a food. Like,
Yeah.
so she says no way and shuts him down so hard that he becomes negative for his entire life. And now they're in like high school, and I don't think they know that was each other. And she's like, they both like each other, but she's a coward about it.
Is this Kaguya-sama Love is War?
No, because
that
Kaguya-sama
show's
is like they both are like, I'm gonna make him fall in love with me, where these two are just like in love with each other.
But they're too scared to ask each other
Well,
out?
one's too negative and the other one's just kind of stupid.
All right, cool.
I don't know. It's a fun read. It's a short one right now because it's not long. Hopefully, it doesn't get too long.
Yeah, because the problem with romance is like ultimately nobody wants to write a story about how married people that are having a domestic life solve minuscule problems.
There's good ones like that though.
Yeah,
Like there's My Perfect Girlfriend is a pretty good manga.
yeah. It's more cathartic to. There's a reason why every rom-com ends with and then they kiss and then they get married. Because then you're like the story now has an easy conclusion.
There was a Korean manhwa I read called like Our Relationship Is, and that one is like the first half is them not being together, and then the second half is them together. But then it starts focusing on like the outside elements affecting their relationship. Like the dude has to go like reconnect with his dad, who like abandoned him and his mom because he became a giant alcoholic piece of shit.
Okay.
And he goes through like rehab with him to make him like quit. And so like, well, he was quitting smoking because, in Korea you have what is it? Where you have to go to the military for a year.
Oh, yeah, mandatory.
So while he was in the military,
Service.
apparently a lot of people pick up smoking when they go to the military.
We know that
Davis.
secondhand. Yeah.
So then he picked up smoking, and his like childhood high school friend, she didn't like that. So he goes, and while his dad's in rehab to quit drinking, he's in there to quit smoking. And it's like, it just turns out to be something very sweet.
That's good.
Yeah. Translation gets bad at the end though, because it was never officially picked up by anything, so it's all fan subs. Yeah.
So was that part of your week?
No, I read that like years ago.
Okay.
I reread it like every once in a while. It's good.
So then say your piece for your week.
Okay, so last week I set up a VR kit in my room.
What?
Yeah, I have a Valve Index now.
Oh, wow.
It was a lot of money, and I wish those motherfuckers
is.
printed the price on the box. So when it showed up, I was at work, and I got home, and my mom was like, "What did you spend $1,500 on?"
Oh my god.
So she just doesn't know about it. I've been every day, like when I finish work. This is why I haven't had a lot of time to play Ghost of Tsushima. I've been coming home and playing like 2 hours of Beat Saber.
Oh shit.
You get like fucking getting all sweaty, and then just like getting like then just taking like I literally get home from work, take my shirt, my shorts, my socks, and everything off, just stand in my underwear and play VR because I get so sweaty.
So, I have one question
What?
that you asked me when I got my VR thing 5 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Have you watched porn with it?
Not yet. Because I believe there is like you can't just go and watch porn.
No, you have to get a virtual desktop, and then you have to download the video
I wonder
and
if I
play
can do
it
it
in a
with
360
the Valve
video.
Home thing.
You might be able to.
Because that thing's pretty advanced now.
Yeah, you might be able to.
First thing I did, go to the workshop, and then there was like, you could like change like the shit around the house.
Yeah.
And I was like, waifus, and I thought it was going to be wallpaper, and like the house looked the same, and then I looked up and there's like a skylight there.
Yeah.
And it's just giant anime titties everywhere in the sky.
Oh my god.
It's still on, so if I ever let my mom play to like see what it is, I have to make sure the game's already open.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how to turn it off. Yeah, so VR definitely real cool now. Especially with the index where like it detects individual fingers.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, they gave me Half-Life Alyx, but I haven't touched that yet. I've just been playing Beat Saber. Fucking playing it makes me very sweaty.
Yeah.
Like at doing anything with it. So I like have to shower. So like I play it like when I get home from work, because I shower post work, not before bed. So I'm covered in like dust when I get home. Like my legs are black. Yeah, so I don't know. VR's cooler. Like it's it's getting better. No one's used it. as great as Beat Saber has, in my opinion.
There's some really good VR stuff.
Super Hot looks
Super
good.
Hot VR is incredible. I was about to say it's the best VR game.
Half-Life Alyx, it looks pretty good.
Never played it.
Yeah, well, but you can only play it with an index.
Oh, really?
Because you need to have the individual fingers.
Really?
Yeah. Like, there's literal things where, like, you probably have to do this at one point.
Oh, Jesus.
And it needs to detect it. So, yeah.
I thought it worked with everything.
I think it only works with the index.
Not even the Vive, damn.
Yeah. I don't know if it's that Valve being, like, buy our version or them just being, or actually having the hands be, like, an important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I want to get Super Hot for VR though, because that game looks fun.
It's incredible.
Yeah. I just remember seeing that fucking game with like the guy. It's like this dude's wife comes downstairs. She's like, I think my husband's a psychopath, and it's like him just like taking a dude's head and just like repeatedly slamming it into a corner of a desk, like this, like. And it's like plays this like slow music over it. It just makes him look like it's like an absolute crazy man.
That's funny. Yeah, there's some great VR stuff.
Yeah.
I've obviously forced multiple people. The biggest one that I would...
you never got me when you had it.
Yeah. But I forced multiple people to do accounting VR.
Is that the workplace VR or was that an accounting actual VR thing?
No, accounting VR... You're thinking of Job Simulator.
Yeah, I was. Which I don't want to do because that's depressing. I get it that it's like, haha, funny, like, look at this shit.
It's fun. It's
I would do Surgery Simulator in VR. That
Surgeon Simulator has a free VR one where you do the Meet the Medic.
Yeah, I would do that. That would be fun.
But yeah, the accounting VR, in case you don't know it, that's the one created by
Justin Roiland?
Justin Roiland.
Oh, you can also... Trover Saves the Universe is a VR game.
I didn't play that one, but... I played accounting, and accounting's fucking hilarious. But apparently the paid version of accounting, which came out like years later, which is Accounting Plus, that one has a great bit where you have to like do a test to get in.
Yeah.
And like there's like the narrators and they're like, wow, look what you're doing here. It's like the narrator talks like that. And it's like please choose the green option.
Hey, you want to know what's rough, actually?
No, and then the third test though, that they ask you to do is like, pick your favorite Rick and Morty meme.
Pickle Rick!
You chose Pickle Rick. Extremely original.
So here's the fun thing about VR.
Yeah.
You don't wear glasses, so you don't know this. My eyesight is the same in VR. Like, if I'm not wearing my glasses, I actually can't see.
So,
and I don't wear my glasses while I play.
You know there's adjustments you can make, right?
There is only an adjustment for pupil distance.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's something more in the settings where I could, like, set it for the lens to, like, adjust for my eyes. But I know I was telling Gavin that, who he also owns an Index, and apparently you can buy different lenses, ones that snap over, that are, like, closer to my prescription, so I could use them. So I might look into that, but it's not for Beat Saber. It's not bad because they're big. The writing's big.
Yeah.
Like a game like when I play Half-Life Alyx, it might be a bit harder.
Almost certainly.
Also, he said when he warned me, he was like, "Oh, you're probably gonna get a headache the first time I played." No.
The first time you play something that you move but you're not moving. Sorry, your character moves and you're not moving, you're gonna feel sick to your stomach.
Yeah, that's what he was saying, because when he was playing Index, well, when he was playing Alyx, there's 3 different ways of moving.
Yeah.
There's teleporting, there's moving with the stick, and then also you can move around the room. So you can move around your room as the character, and then when you had to move, like
do the teleport,
or you could use the stick to do walking.
The stick doing stuff like that sucks.
He didn't use the stick. He used the teleport because it was giving him motion sickness.
There's a game called Windlands, which is a very fun game. It's like you do... I think you've seen us play it.
No, I don't think... I never came over when you guys played VR.
Okay. Well, that's a game where you swing from things. You use the VR controller to point and swing.
Oh, I could see how that one would be bad.
And you have to move with a stick. Not with a stick, but with like the touchpad on the Vive. But like... That one gives you motion sickness. Like, it's fun, but... And then, like, also... what I'm waiting for is the most vomit-inducing thing ever, but also would be cool. It's like a VR Spider-Man. That'd be sick. But
There is
also,
one. It's not great.
it's not good. No, you're thinking of the Homecoming and Far From Home ones, which are just like shooters.
Fuck off.
What?
My fucking mom. My friends are coming at 3, so you might want to put yours off an hour. No, eat shit. No, I'm going to have them over, and we're just going to sit in the house, and I'm going to stare at the window, being like, you guys leaving yet? So I booked this shit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have them sit in the house and look disappointed at you guys.
So I'm going to talk about a show that I watched this week.
Was it Brand New Animal?
No.
You motherfucker. I'm out. I'm quitting. All right, what? Was it good? What is an anime?
I binged through all of Aquafina as Nora from Queens,
I have no idea.
which is Comedy Central's new show starring
Awkwafina.
Awkwafina, who is a Golden Globe winning actress.
You want to know just one thing?
Yeah.
About the VR. As a person such as myself, who is very much a punk kid who only knows indie music, and when you get when you get VR, when you get Beat Saber, you only get some songs, and they're practically royalty free songs.
Okay.
And they're not that great. So you get a mod that is, I swear to God, it's not associated with Beat Saber, because people use that mod to put in tracks.
Yeah.
Like custom made songs.
User created tracks.
Yeah, kind of like people do with that Guitar Hero thing.
Yeah, Clone Hero.
Clone Hero, yeah. I don't know. So when you go look up the songs and you download them, but then you're like me, where you're like, is there any fiddler on here? No. There's no pup. There's no fiddler. There's no modern there might be modern baseball. There's no shit I like. The shit I listen to on my phone. So I gotta go outside and look for pop music that I enjoy. I got Blinding Lights by The Weeknd.
Okay.
Which was a recommendation from Gavin. That is a good song to play. It's really fun. But the best song I've played, Black Skinhead by Kanye West. Kinda. I wouldn't use those mouth noises.
Right.
It would be more of a duh, but like a duh da 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 da. N-Words in Paris. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Black Skinhead.
Yeah. N-Words in Paris by Jay-Z and Kanye. It's the song that opens up with Will Ferrell going, we're going to skate to one song and one song only. Oh, motherfuckers want to find me. Yeah. That song is also really, it kind of made me want to go find more Jay-Z songs. Or like Kanye songs on there.
Otis might be fun too.
Is that on Life of Pablo?
No, that's off of the same. It's Watch the Throne. It's Jay-Z and Kanye.
Okay, maybe then. Oh, there's I feel I think that was both of them their last best their last good album.
Yeah, Watch the Throne's a great album.
Yeah. Well, okay. Did Ye come out after or before Watch the Throne?
Ye came out way after.
Okay.
Watch the Throne
so
came
never
out
mind.
in
That's
2011.
Okay, I don't fucking remember.
But Yeezy came out in 2016 or 2015, something like that. Or Yeezus, sorry.
I like the album that had Black Skinhead on it.
Oh, that's the clear album. That's Yeezus.
Oh fuck yeah!
It's clear in the disc.
That one's good.
That had
I like the one
Skinhead,
before.
that had Bound to. That had
that song sucks, but is also good.
That song's great.
No, the fucking. I just like it for the guy, the feature that's not a feature.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The sample.
Yeah, well, it's dude was a really good singer. Sucks that he's dead.
Bound to that had
the James Franco and Seth Rogen parody.
Yeah, that's great. No, but
did you know that song that Kanye put out a year or two ago where he's like scoop diddy poop poop boop bitty? You know why he did that?
Because he wanted Drake to not have it.
Yeah, he wanted to keep the beat to himself.
That's my favorite Kanye song that came out since Yeezus, because Yeezus was the last good Kanye album.
Yeah.
Fuck Life of Pablo, fuck Ye, fuck all of them.
Yeah, I'm glad that Kanye's getting some help.
I hope he's getting help.
Well, Dave Chappelle flew out specifically to because him and Kanye are friends, and Dave Chappelle's had a fucking very public meltdown as well.
Yeah.
He's just going there and being like, you gotta just you're not special. People put all these like things on you, and you're like falling into this like God religion fucking shit. Like, yeah, Kanye, you're religious, and we've known that, but like all his music is becoming like very much gospel rap.
Yeah.
Like, it's like we liked it better when you were a little more tougher and more said fuck the police sort of shit. But now you're just like, God is my friend and he protects me. He has a higher standing, like a mission for me. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Stop doing sermons. Also, your clothing line looks like shit.
Yeah.
Like, you literally have a rat tear apart your fucking clothes and sell them. Like, it's... Your shoes are ugly. Like...
Dude, these Yeezys are $1,500.
And they're already distressed and look like shit.
Yeah.
No, man.
Remember when the distress thing started? It didn't really start when we were alive, but I read the article of like the first time people started selling shit that was intentionally distressed.
American Eagle.
Huh? No.
Oh, no.
Levi's jeans with bullet holes where they would shoot the jeans.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I hate it.
It's great.
It's very wasteful.
Yeah, wasteful of bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could be... Nope, not going to say that. You could be shooting them at innocent protesters.
I was going to say you could be shooting them at the police.
That too.
See, that's a good POV of the joke. You're like, come on, you're wasting those bullets on the jeans. You got to be shooting the cops.
Yeah, I remember when Devil May Cry 5 came out and people started like, look at Nero, he's a stupid edgy kid. Look at how his clothes are all ripped. He probably did that on purpose.
Yeah.
And then someone did the backstory where it's like, actually Nero and Kyrie went back to Fortuna, or stayed in Fortuna, and Nero opened up a branch of the Devil May Cry agency there, and Kyrie upstairs
Has a fucking orphanage.
manages an orphanage, and they don't have a lot of money, so whenever Nero damages his clothes, Kyrie does his best to sew them up, and he lovingly wears them.
Also,
still.
the reason why the one sleeve is ripped because his arm got cut off.
And then he rolls the other one up to match.
Yeah.
Yeah. But why was... See, I get why. Why was Nero wearing a jacket while he was working on the fucking van with Nico?
Because he was cold.
Yet Nico's there. Fucking...
Nico doesn't feel cold ever.
Yeah, that's part... Like... That's because her dad got killed in a cold area. Oh,
Yeah.
no, wait, no. He gets killed in the first boss fight arena
Yeah.
by Dante. It's a fucking funny fight, too.
Yeah.
That whole game... Devil May Cry 4 is a really good boss rush.
Yeah.
I don't like playing it, though.
Devil May Cry 4 is the worst good Devil May Cry.
It's the Uncharted one of the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like Devil May Cry 4 is a perfectly well put together game. It plays very nice.
It's just
got
that
the style
1,
stitching.
3, and 5 are so superior.
Yeah, because 1 invented the genre, so you got to put it up a little bit higher than it maybe deserves on a going back to it.
Yeah.
Right? And then like 3 is fucking incredible, and 5 is fucking incredible, and 4 is stuck at this part where it's like, it's great, but
There was no money, and they had to reuse a bunch of assets, and they wanted to make actually a new game where you played as Nero, but then they decided to put Dante back in it.
Well, I think that playing as Dante in 4 is always fun, to be fair. Like it's
No, I'm saying that like the game was created with the intent for you to play through as Nero.
Yeah.
And then they do the character switch. And then the final boss of the game is with Nero, which I'm sure a lot of people hate because it's also a reuse. Like, you've already fought that boss.
Yeah.
I think you fight that boss 3 times.
Yeah.
Once as Dante, twice as Nero.
Yeah. And also that game, like, the special edition version of that game is so much better because it's got fucking Verge. It's got fucking Lady and Trish. It's got a bloody palace.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. It sucks that you only can do the fucking Credo fight once.
Oh, Credo?
Credo, yeah. Because he's great.
Yeah. I was going to talk about Awkwafina's Nora from Queens, but I have to pee first. So Awkwafina is Nora from Queens is a fun sort of sitcom. It's got like 10 episodes.
Does everyone say, hey, Awkwafina? She's like, I'm Nora from Queens.
No, everyone calls her Nora because in this universe she never did the music and
Is her
acting.
real name Nora?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
so it's Seinfeld, but with
yeah, it's her
singer.
Seinfeld, but it's like if you want to think of what kind of show it is, it's a lot like Broad City.
See, I don't like Broad City because that has women in it.
It's great. great.
No, I just actually don't like it. I think it's boring. I don't think anything happens. I think Hannibal Buress is funny.
I mean, things do happen.
Whenever I watched it, I was just so bored.
All right, I liked Broad City a lot, and
I don't know. I like the ladies in it. I can't remember their names. Abby and Alana. Yeah, like there's that joke in The Meltdown, like the comedy show.
Oh, when they do their
where they go up and act like they're Kumail and Jonah. Mm-hmm. But then they just talk about how they just want to eat out their wives so bad. They're just like, yeah, I just want to go home right after this and just fucking get all up in that puss. I just want to go there and sit for hours, just munching that box. Like, also, that show did not have a white person hosting it at all.
What?
Like Jonah Ray.
Yeah,
he's Portuguese.
Portuguese people are white.
It's Hawaiian as well.
Hawaiian people can be white.
Nah, they're not real.
Ian, I'm glad that your definition of white is very similar to what most Americans felt white was in 1900.
No, I'm Pierce's dad from that episode of Community.
Italians? Ugh, disgusting.
The Irish of white people? Why do I know so much about racism?
I love that you were like, I have 2 tiers. 2 tiers of white racism.
Yeah, that's why it works.
Italian people get to be white and Irish people get to be not white, but they're like somehow like a different culture completely. I love that because nobody said that because Irish and Italian people weren't white at the same time. And Greeks.
Yeah, so anyways, but like,
oh fuck,
Jonah Ray, that's not his last name. It's his middle name.
Oh yeah.
His last name is Rodriguez.
You mean Rodriguez?
No, it's Rodriguez. Like, that's how his family has pronounced it forever.
Okay. So
he would like go up on stage when he was a younger comedian, and they'd be like, this next comedian is and they're just assuming with the last name, Yona Rodriguez. And he gets up and it's just like this normal looking white dude, and he's just like, hold up. My name is Jonah. Like Jonah and the whale. and my last name is Rodriguez. I am from Hawaii. And then they're like, yeah, sure, buddy. Just trying to get that diversity check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Aquafina is Nora from Queens is a great show.
Yeah.
It's not fantastic, but the jokes don't always hit.
It's a sitcom, isn't it?
It's a sitcom.
There, it doesn't have to be great.
It's a Comedy Central sitcom. Like it's edgy.
Comedy Central has some good sitcoms.
Yeah,
Broad City was a Comedy Central show.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like a Broad City style show. It's a little bit edgy, a little bit, a little bit
I would
spicy.
say NBC has bad sitcoms, but then also great ones. They have The Big Bang Theory. No, that was ABC.
Yeah, or CBS.
Never mind. NBC has good sitcoms because they got 30 Rock, Parks and Rec,
Office,
Brooklyn
Community.
Nine-Nine, Office. They had Community.
Yeah.
Then they tried to cancel it like 1,000 times.
Well, I mean, most of those other shows, like you said, aren't on either anymore.
Well, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is like, we're not coming back till people don't hate cops again. Or I don't know, why don't you write a new
Just
version
make them all
of the
quit.
show where they stop being cops, or maybe one guy keeps being a cop and it's like, you're the villain now.
Somebody suggested that they just in the show police get abolished, but they become part of the community policing that replaces it.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Or maybe they were the people who are trying it out, but then they behave like cops too much and they have to go through like a learning process.
Yeah, they have to relearn like what is right and wrong.
Yeah. What is within their power and their ability, and do they they should actually be helping people instead of being like, sorry, ma'am, please. I'll tell you just like I tell every other person who comes in here, the police are powerless to help you. That's the realest Simpsons quote in the world. And you think when you watch it, you're like thinking like, oh, it's because Chief Wiggum's an idiot. But it's like, no, that's reality.
But also the episode where Chief Wiggum answers the phone for calls, and then he's like, oh yeah, you saw an alien, did you? Oh, I believe that. oh yeah, you're being attempted to be murdered. I believe you.
That's like the more childish version of that is a person picking up, hello, police. You're being murdered? They can't do that. That's illegal.
That's the fucking famous Club Penguin bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Aquafina's show, sorry to get back on track.
Yeah.
It's good. What I was trying to say is like the jokes aren't always great. Like it's a little bit sophomoric in that vibe. It's very like apparently all the writers are just all the women who have ever worked for Family Guy.
Oh.
But it's
just because you're a woman who wrote for a popular show doesn't mean you were like your voice was suppressed or your jokes were fucking like
bad.
Not bad.
But no, this show I don't think is like offensive. It's not. It's pretty funny. But it's charming. Like it's like not every joke lands super well or every
like,
bit does.
What I'm saying is like, you know how there's like the whole thing about like women in like a writer's room, they'll try and pitch a joke that like a man would do, and all the men in the room would be like amazing, but
women
it's like
will pitch the more sexist version of the joke to get the laugh from everybody.
Yeah, or like just the same or like the actual like they'll pitch like the soft soft good version.
I think that's called the pick me women.
Yeah.
So I think is the phrase.
And then a dude would like steal the joke, but then be like, and then this fucking broad. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It might be like a writer's room where they try not to shut ideas down and they go through them.
Aquafina, it's like all women. So like,
yeah. Well, like women are good writers. They can do good things. It's just sometimes you do need someone to say no.
I just figured it would be like Broad City because Broad City was famous for basically having the two of them had only done their web series version of Broad City first.
And also, Abby and Atlanta write the jokes.
They were the
show.
showrunners.
Yeah, and
all they'd done was the web series. So most of the talent on Broad City's writers' room were all new people to the fucking to like making television, and so that's why like that show I think popped off is because it was so fresh compared to like other stuff that was on, right? Mm-hmm. And this feels like more of that, but Broad City came out in fucking 2014, and this came out in 2020.
Broad City is like a more modern, like realistic take on Seinfeld, where like they're both awful human beings.
Yeah.
But like they actually are like where Jerry Seinfeld was a lowly comedian who just did sets every night, but somehow could afford this $1 million apartment and have like these wacky neighbors.
Yeah.
And like, but then like Elaine was like a secretary or an assistant for like a super rich dude. And then, but then George was like a manager for the fucking Yankees.
Yeah.
Like Jerry lived by himself as a measly fucking comedian. Like not measly, but like I'm not trying to put down comedians, but he definitely didn't have enough money to live in that big of a space by himself.
No, yeah. I mean,
Kramer was a con man who seemingly probably lived in an apartment the same size.
So Nora from Queens, the whole bit is that she lives at home and she's 27.
That was also the thing with George.
Yeah.
But George obviously makes bank, but he still lives with his parents.
So no, but for this show, it's like the whole thing is like, and she has her dad who is this very like low key chill guy, and then the grandma who is like super fucking chaotic.
Okay.
And it's like it's entertaining. Like it's one of those shows where it's like it doesn't always work, but everybody's trying their best. They all really believe in it, so it's got a lot of charm to it. You know, is what I was trying to say. Like I'm not saying the show's awful, but like it's charming. It's like everybody's really working hard. Like does it always work? Is every joke fun? No, but it's fun. Also, Dumbfound Dead is in it because she's friends with him in real life. What? Yeah, I mean, there's some really great bits. Like the bit that sold me on, I'll watch that show once it's out in the trailer was in the first episode, she's taking out her trash and she has a neighbor who's like a high school student. Yeah. And she's like, oh, trash duty, eh? Ugh, like, I like wish I could have a break. And he's like, aren't you like 27? She's like, yeah. It's like, oh. And then like, you know, I'm working on the SATs. It's really hard. And she's like, oh yeah, SATs is rough. and like it's just this little conversation. And he's like, yeah, man, like I don't want to be like an adult and I'm still living at home, bumming it out. Like no real work. No offense. No sick burn. And then she's like hitting a vape and like blowing it in his face. and And then she's like, "Oh, do you want to hit?" And he's like, "What?" And she's like, "Don't worry, it's daytime. It's a sativa."
Nice. If you still vape, you suck. But if you vape weed, you're a cool dude.
Yeah, but it's like a classic vape with all of the huge clouds because, like, of course, because it's.
Well, yeah. If I still owned my fucking vape when I had one, I probably would have just got like some fucking juice. Instead, I bought like
no
little
weed
small
vapes
one.
in Canada at least. Like they're separate. They're different things. You can't really vape weed with the regular vapes.
You can. But who knows? Maybe it'd be like some flavored nonsense. I'm like, I don't want that.
Anyway, I just love the phrase, "It's morning." Don't worry, it's sativa. It's morning.
Yeah,
like it's fucking
daytime.
funny.
It's a sativa.
Yeah, like it's just a fucking funny thing to say.
Yeah. If you smell it, when like you're getting to the point where you become like a weed person when you understand the difference between when like you like care about the difference between sativas and indicas.
Yeah.
Chris and Emma.
There's an episode where she where she's like, "Oh, I'm home alone, finally I can like masturbate," and she will only masturbate to Dirty Dancing to Havana Nights.
Weird.
And then she winds up having to go on a trip to Atlantic City, so she can't masturbate. But then the bus on the way back plays Dirty Dancing to Havana Nights, so she just goes under a blanket.
Oh my god, good for her.
Yeah, she gets a whole arc out of that.
She masturbated on the bus,
of course. But yeah, it's a fun show. Like if you're expecting,
you
like,
binge the whole thing, so it's
Yeah.
like good enough.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very fun. But yeah, again, most of my like of it doesn't come from the jokes are great.
Yeah, when I'm done Ghost of Tsushima and I go back to playing video games that like I can do other things on the side.
Yeah.
Like Destiny. I haven't played Destiny in like 2 weeks now. I'm
Yeah, so
behind.
throw on fucking.
Well, like that's how I
Awesome
fucking
Things.
watched like all the brand new Animal. Was like I put it on with the English dub and just fucking sat there and was like playing Destiny. And whenever something like
Cool
needed
happened.
my whole focus, I just turned to my right and like just sat there. I was like in the middle of actual things that I needed to pay attention to in Destiny, but I'm like, whatever, I can do it again.
Yeah, brand new Animal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say put this show
Her
on. It's a
arm
good-
turned into a fucking gorilla arm. I gotta fucking keep watching.
Excuse me. This show is like a SoundCloud rapper sampled her queef on a song.
All right.
Yeah.
So did she fuck the SoundCloud rapper and he just got it? Like,
No, she gets some kind of issue because she gets like hit in like the stomach or whatever, and she keeps queefing. And then like the SoundCloud rapper is this guy who's like, I sample all these weird noises, and then it's like she goes to the booth and does it for him, but she's like, you're not gonna release the song publicly, right? This is just for you, and he's like, yeah, it's just for me.
And then he does.
he releases it, and it's
well,
playing it, and then like dumbfounded, she's talking to him, and his phone rings, and the ringtone's this song that has the queef sample in it.
If I was her, like all I would say is just go to the guy and be like, never fucking tell people where you got that sound from, or if you do, don't say it came from Nora from Queens.
Yeah, no. Instead, she's like, gonna get my fucking residues.
Oh yeah, no. Also do
because
that.
it pops off.
Yeah, you deserve that.
Plays on his fucking ringtone, and she's like, "That's me.
That's
I'm
my
on that
queef."
track." It's fucking funny. It's a good show. It's fun.
You know what? I really like the old South Park bit.
Yeah.
Where like they kept making fart jokes and all the women in the town get tired of it, so they start queefing.
And then it's like, no, that's disgusting.
And then, and all the men are like, "Oh, Sharon, gross!" Ugh! Yeah.
Yeah, but it never gets it gets resolved with like, and that's why queefing's gross and farting's cool. That's the right opinion to have about it.
Yeah, well, because, South Park doesn't teach you any lessons.
It's just so dumb. Like, you could absolutely still... It's, like, very close to being like, that's right, women can do gross shit, too, and that's cool. And then it's like, nope, it's bad. Women should be only these things and never be gross.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're South Park, a show that's ostensibly 18A, but clearly for kids.
I would say for teens.
I'd say for tweens.
Tweens and then teens who never evolve.
Between the ages of 10 and 13 is
There's
when
like
you're
good
watching
episodes of South Park.
Yeah.
Like,
I never got into South
when they
Park,
got more
honestly.
like
I liked a handful of episodes, but like I never really gave a shit
mainstream
about the show.
shit. I'm like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I remember when South Park.
Well,
was
they were always
underground.
mainstream.
But like when they started doing like they could make an episode in 4 days sort of thing. I'm like, okay, now it's too current and the jokes, it's not evergreen anymore.
Yeah.
It's ever brown.
And that's why...
AKA, it's shitty by the time
that's
it
why
comes
there
out.
is no episode of South Park as good as the John Doerr television show.
I'm not going to disagree with you, but I think there is... No, there's episodes of South Park that are better.
I've honestly not watched that show in a decade.
Do you remember Bigger, Longer, and Uncut?
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That movie's great.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't like South Park though. Like I just
That's
don't,
fine,
yeah.
but like I think the Bigger, Longer, and Uncut movie is like it's them actually like doing their like pseudo education thing that they like to do.
Yeah.
Like there's a but also just like ignorant white people. I don't know, the line where Chef says to the general,
Kyle's mom is a big fat bitch, biggest bitch in the whole world.
That was just because they like musicals. Yeah, they're educated. You can stop, Nathan. Educating us on that Kyle's mom is a big fat bitch. But then also, what would Bri Boitano do if he was here right now? He'd probably kick an ass or two. Like, all the songs are dumb as shit. But there's a part where it's like forced conscription. Like, and they put... This like white general makes a plan called like Operation Black Thunder or whatever, and it was to put black people
on the front line,
in like to protect the more precious white people. And Chef just like raises his hand and he's like, "Yes, black man." And he's like, "Have you ever heard of the Emancipation Proclamation?" He's like, "I don't listen to hip hop." Like there's really good lines.
There's some good stuff in South Park.
South Park has like really good episodes, but then really bad episodes.
Yeah,
because they like to parody other things and think they're like, this is so good. Like the episode where they go, like,
you remember how they staked an entire season-long plot on Hillary Clinton winning the election?
Yeah. But remember, fucking, they made do you remember the episode where they try to figure out who Cartman's dad is?
Oh, and then it turns out his mom's a hermaphrodite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
or intersex,
but that was like definitely them making a joke about fucking.
It's at the expense of.
They're making, yeah, it is that as well. But it's also they're like the way they set it up and how it was like a 3-episode arc.
Yeah,
I think they were trying to make fun of the Simpsons Who Shot Mr. Burns stuff.
Yeah,
because they were like making that such a big deal where it's like, ooh, this is like an actual Simpsons episode where things that happened before. It matters to what happened now, and there's like a bunch of callbacks, and then this one is just like there's just dumbass bullshit.
You know they did a Camp Krusty 2 eventually, right?
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't know. Simpsons is what?
Because Camp Krusty is one of the most famous episodes.
Which is Camp Krusty again?
The one where they go to the summer camp.
Can't remember it.
And they're fed gruel, and they're forced to like work in a sweatshop, but then they like kick out the adults, and like it becomes anarchy, and then Krusty flies out.
I literally cannot remember.
It's the episode where they're like,
which season is it?
It's season 4. Like it's the episode where they introduce like, it is Krusty. Look, he's got his pacemaker scar and his superfluous third nipple. It's the first episode where they do that bit. And then they brought it back in the episode where Krusty fakes his death.
I like a lot of the episodes with Krusty. Like,
yeah. The episode where Homer becomes a clown?
Oh, yeah.
It's a great app.
That's funny. The episode where... Is it the one where he fakes his death where he like takes off the makeup and he just starts like working on the docks and then Bart recognizes him?
Because of the pacemaker scar and the superfluous third nipple.
And then, is that the same one where he becomes an edgy comedian again? Like instead
that's
of...
a different one. That's a completely different one.
Yeah, that seems like the same episode to me, but I really like that one as well.
Or maybe there's like a cutaway of that where it's like he started that way.
No, yeah, he was like one of those comedians where like he originated like that, but then he just like found that he made a lot of money doing this thing for kids.
Yeah.
And so he went with it, but he fucking hates it.
Yeah, I think they did do an episode like way recently, way past when I stopped watching the show. Because it's just on Disney Plus, you can just scroll through and read episode descriptions.
Yeah.
And like on newer one, there's one where it's like Krusty goes on a podcast and talks about like a movie that he did that never came out or whatever. And I'm like, Krusty, like that's the thing. Is Simpsons was modern at the time, but it feels wrong to me for the Simpsons to talk about a podcast.
Once Phil Hartman died, I think the Simpsons went downhill.
Well, now that like the other actress is dead, the one who played fucking Miss Krabappel.
Yeah. It's 2:40.
Oh my god, we're going way too fucking long.
Yeah. Oh, did you have another thing for your week?
I had a third thing, yeah.
Yeah, okay, hit it. I didn't do anything else.
Okay, Doom Patrol. I continued watching Doom Patrol. There's 2 episodes left of the season, but I watched episode 5, 6, and 7, and the thing that I wanted to communicate to you was how fucking good this show is and how it fucking handles.
Well, you say that every single time you see it. Watch Doom Patrol. So
because it's a fantastic show. It's one of the best on television.
All right.
But I was going to talk about episode 5 of season 2, which episode 5 of season 2 has a terrific ABC plot situation where it's like we've got the A plot is that what's the most supernatural part of the plot, actually? I don't even remember. Okay, the A plot is like fucking Crazy Jane's personality baby doll starts hanging out with the new character Dorothy because they're both kids and they become friends, but then it leads to like the darkest part of the episode. The B plot is Cliff and Robot Man and Cyborg go to Detroit to help get
Detroit 2049.
All right.
Detroit Become Human. That's what I meant.
But to help get Cliff his like a upgraded body from Cyborg's dad, and like that sequence is great because it has a part where Cliff Steele Robot Man imagines the fucking like a 70s cop show with him and Cyborg, which is Steel and Stone because Cyborg's last name is Stone because he's Victor Stone. And it's so fucking fun. It's such a great bit. It's hilarious. And he gives the great word of advice to Cyborg, which is how to fix any problem in a relationship, which is to go to the girl, say like, I didn't know, I'm an idiot, I fucked up, I'm sorry. You say those 3 words, girls love it. And then like the last story is Larry and Rita going to visit Larry's kids, and it ends with fucking Larry's kids turning on him and like trying to hand him over to the Bureau of Normalcy. So it manages to juggle this like goofy superhero shit, this actually legitimately good drama and comedy all at once. It's fucking great. If you're not watching Doom Patrol and you haven't seen it, fucking watch it. It's incredible.
Yeah, maybe.
You will. I will make you watch that show at one
Where
point.
is it on?
It's on Crave.
All right, maybe. I don't know. I might be losing my Crave subscription.
Okay.
Just canceling TV and shit.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to end a bit this week, so I'm not even going to bring it up so that it actually ends.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for listening. We will find a way to make these episodes shorter eventually.
No, we won't.
It's a media whole promise. Which is worth very little. But if you like us, follow us on whatever you listen to us on, and you know, go to youtube.com/N8SComedy to see the podcast. If you want to follow me, go to twitter.com/themediahole or @themediahole on Twitter, @themediahole on TikTok, which may or may not be going away if you're an American. Oops. And at the Media Hole, or sorry, twitch.tv/themediahole. And of course, finally, you can follow my Tumblr, www.whenyourBallsGetStuckToYourLeg.tumblr.com.
Change your name. That wasn't the bit that was going to end.
No, I knew it. And then if you want to follow Ian, where they can find you?
Struggles V.
Struggles V on everything.
Everything. Twitter, Tumblr, more active on Tumblr.
Ian's going to post one thirst trap a day on his TikTok until TikTok gets banned.
I don't even post pictures of myself on like Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah, but I always try to come up with a bit with how you're more of an influencer than me. That's the bit that we try to do every week.
I found some fucking clip from Ghost of Tsushima where I guess someone got a thing where every single time they take damage, they get resolve. So you know how if you go to an area that says like there's an overwhelming force here?
Oh yeah.
And like you just start getting beaten from like nowhere with arrows?
Yeah.
Since he's taking so much damage, he's also getting all his resolve back and just rapidly healing, and he's floating around in the air.
That's awesome. Thanks for listening, guys. See you.
See ya.